this is good volume. Hi, Pirate! Okay, so yeah, I'm a bit late because I got a little carried away doing a new overlay. Because the one we used yesterday was this one, right? So, okay, now all the chat and stream elements is like in the wrong place. But I decided to try something new, and I have this. Now everything looks right. So let's see how this goes. I only kind of started worrying a little bit about copyright like 2 minutes ago. Because technically I'm gonna have some YouTube over there, right? But technically the YouTube is not the main content. So I think we good. I think we good, but to be fair, if I do get striked, then I'll probably just try something else instead. So I'm kind of exposing my subscriptions right now, because this is actually like my channel, like my personal channel. Now that, yeah, you can't see that great. Okay, so I was watching some Kappa Kaiju, so I guess we can continue Kappa Kaiju while
17. Ooh, baby. Yeah.
because
yeah,
who doesn't like a
and
nice watch party about
killing and taking panty shots of a 17
the person on screen that Kappa Kaiju is talking about. So today, okay, so yesterday, just to recap, I did this, right?
Like
and I had to go and double check
her daughter is in
with
right now.
the customer,
With
aka my mother, how she liked the size, because if I was to continue to do the full design, because I believe it's not this one that is the full design. If I were to do the full design, it would be a lot bigger.
Is
right?
doing the same thing as Yandere-chan.
And she said, well, this is actually a really good size.
So
and she said, if it looks complete, then you can just use this. I said, okay. So I'll probably keep this as it is. So maybe later I can weave in the ends on stream. Aside from that, I think today I will start probably this pattern. And like I said yesterday, I don't think for whoever wasn't here yesterday, I said I was gonna do this pattern over here, but with a dark purple middle, and after that going outwards, because aside from that, I have the colors. Maybe I might skip a color, seeing depending on the size. So yes, that is what I will probably do. Yeah, that's probably what's gonna happen. And yes, think let's try. So you think, oh, this doesn't even start with a, what's it called?
He should know that because he's grown up in a country
with
where that isn't the case. But he just ignores
hold on a second, the screen's gonna go black for a little bit.
Get away
with a
you can't just make a game
oh my gosh.
that's set in Japan and then
with a magic circle, it starts with a simple chain, so I can do like what is normally done for crochet. It's my mouse there. So I got needles here for sewing in the end. Got my hook, same hook as yesterday. I also have a ring light now, so the lighting should be a little better. So it's same as yesterday. I'm using a 3.125. So yes, we is going to do that.
Basically, the lewdest option. Now he clearly wanted option 3. He didn't want option 1, and he certainly didn't like option 2. Except the vast majority of the people that were polled just disagreed with him. Like just gave him answers he didn't want to hear.
Let's try this out.
Response in the next post, he
okay, so doing with the dark purple.
And then spent the next 17 paragraphs.
Honestly, I have a good feeling about. I'm definitely quite glad that I got this book.
In a video game,
because
as if it's like important, because it is important. Just
because well,
not even Americans defend freedom of speech this valiantly. Like, this is
Wait, did I
actually
just-
impressive. It's just not exactly the hill I
No, I
think he
didn't.
should die.
Nice.
He argues that the reason
Did I
Yandere
just miss
Simulator
out on
is
how to
popular
do
is because
a
it's not
slip stitch?
bland, it's not
I thought
being
I did.
safe.
But
and
you know
it's
what?
risque,
I'll just
which
do it the
isn't
normal way.
really accurate.
I'll do it how I do the normal
See,
way. I swear, I need to get like
we'll
a
quantify what
better
makes something
shaped
popular
microphone
without polling an entire audience,
so
which
that
he hasn't really done, so he's just
I don't
making
have to
that up.
constantly
anything, I
be
would
very
say it's more
close
the
to the
concept
microphone
of a stealth game
to
at a
talk
school, which is
properly
interesting,
into the
rather
microphone,
than the fact you can sexually assault
so that I
teenagers.
can,
don't
you know,
think that
look at what I'm
ranks
doing.
very highly on people's to-do list. And while this poll is distinctive because of the subject matter,
Okay,
quite a lot of them stick out.
that's
not
a little bit
because
of a
the
long
same
tail, but yeah,
reasons,
it's okay.
but
It's yarn.
because of the tone and the
Okay, so they're
implications
saying
of what is
to
polled. People have found issue with this
start
in the
with 5
past,
chains.
specifically stating that like
2,
there's actually no
3,
statistical value in what
4,
he's polling.
5. Oh yeah, let
because
me
There's such
let me
loaded
bring the
questions.
camera a
It
little
is pretty
closer
much
so
just
that
like, hey, did you watch this video? Hey, are you a human? Hey, do you have empathy for other human beings? Crazy. All right.
so that I can
Then you're
just
a
bring
chill
it down
fan.
a little bit.
Yeah, dude. What?
Okay.
That poll was one of two from February 17th, 2017. The second one is
5
actually worse.
chains.
The question is not great. And the answers are even worse. Firstly, the question is
So
exactly
stitch.
polar boards. It's far more
Chain
complex.
5,
And
just 1, 1,
secondly,
2,
the
3,
answers
4,
are all
5.
extremely loaded
Okay.
and pretty much completely worthless. Some of
And
them
then
don't
after
even
that-
contradict each other, so what's the fucking point? And he has the fucking
What?
audacity in one
Oh,
of
chain
these
4.
to say your health and
Bruh,
happiness
am
are
I
most
dumb?
important. Which
Maybe.
I don't even think makes grammatical sense. I could be wrong, but I feel like I just read
Chain
something
4
while having
and
a stroke.
join with the
And
slip
secondly,
stitch
it
in the
implies that if you
first.
don't answer
Got
that, then
it.
you're saying his health and happiness are not important. As if those two things are completely dependent on you fixing them for him. That does... What the fuck is wrong with him? Back to the video. Having panty shots of
So,
adults who are actually
now
teenagers
we
in
chain
your
5.
game, to the vocal dismay of many, is fucking pathetic. To be honest, you could just change it to something else. There are other ways to get around this problem, but he seems pretty intent on making himself seem like a massive goddamn creep, which is what some people may call a transition.
And then we do a double crochet.
In my honest, genuine opinion, Yandere
And then
Dev
chain
is
2, so we gotta do
one
this
of
7
the
times. So this
vilest
is
human beings,
first time. Oh god, I
that
gotta
has been given a
count.
platform to reach
As
many
per
an
usual,
impressionable
I have
young
to
fan.
count.
Now, I didn't
Oh, no.
mention stuff like this in the last video because it was stuff like him being called a pedophile, because I assumed he would give more evidence and would further refute the claims, and then he didn't. So here I am. He doesn't exactly have the
See?
hatred and disdain that most
I'm a
sane
little
people
bit
have for pedophiles.
better
he
prepared
kind
today
of has
because I
similar
actually have
opinions to
a
what a pedophile
1.5
would
liter
have.
bottle of water.
But yeah, dude. No, it's
Gonna look
fine.
for now. Good, have fun,
It's
Rail.
not their
Okay,
fault.
thank you,
He's
Pirate,
gone
for
on
the
record
luck.
stating that
Very
in
much
a
appreciate it.
discussion about the age of consent that he was just having
2,
with
3,
someone, because people do
4.
that, I guess.
Okay.
That he would revoke, or the idea to revoke the age of consent and instead have a sex license, which out of context is the funniest fucking thing I've ever heard. Now, Yandere Dev says that this conversation started because the person he was talking with seemed to believe
1,
that
2, 3,
Yandere
4, 5,
Simulator
yeah.
contains depictions of underage characters in quote-unquote sexual
This is
situations.
6.
However, there are no quote-unquote sexual situations in Yandere Simulator. Now this seems like easy pickings, but I really feel like I
Next
should
one is
enforce the
7.
fact that he has no
So
fucking
this is
clue what
the
he's
last
talking about.
one.
First off, he didn't actually dispute that they're underage, which just go back 10
Okay,
minutes
did that
in
7
the video
times.
and watch that again. You get my
Slip
point.
stitch into
And
third
secondly,
chain
he
of beginning
continuously
5.
uses the
So
word
1,
lewd,
2,
which
3.
by definition actually includes sexual behavior. Not every definition includes the word sexual, but
And then fast
quite a
enough.
lot
You
of
say,
them
oh, it looks like a little
being
wheel.
a
So
lewd
cute.
situation could be reinterpreted
Get
as
about lip
a
balm.
sexual situation. You know what the word lewd means. Like, you watching this right now knows what this word means. You know it implies sexual situations. There's no way he doesn't. This is just a complete
Okay.
lie.
So.
Basically, the age of consent isn't a thing, and you take a test.
So now we
find out
fasten
your sexual
off,
maturity,
is what
which-
it says.
Age of consent
Okay.
destroyed with facts and logic.
That was
Except none
fast.
of that, because it's a dumb idea. There were quite a few
To be fair,
studies, surveys,
I did
that
learn yesterday
showed
that granny squares
when
are
people become
were
sexually
normally
active,
made out
certain
of yarn
demographics
scraps, so
around
it
the
makes
world
sense
have
as to
all of that.
why
But there are a
like, you know,
that
it
actually
uses
asked,
very
did you
little
regret it?
yarn of
Like,
different
later on,
colors.
did you regret all of that kind of stuff? And
So we can
for
get
a
rid of
very
this yarn.
low percentage of people at
Put
the
this
16 to
aside.
17 bracket,
Okay, start with the white.
a very disproportionately high percentage of them
Started
did
having a
regret
mind
it.
of its own. Using yarn
More
B in
so
chain
women.
space,
Wow, what a
chain
surprise.
3.
Ooh, nobody would have seen
Okay.
that one coming. Oh. Hi there. You probably
Let's
know
try
that the
and
statistics are already going to
learn,
agree with
I
me,
guess,
so you can skip this part if you want, but I just thought it
this,
should be,
these,
you know,
how to read the
important to
symbols.
list my
Wait, I
sources
need my
and
little,
all of that and show what I'm talking
need
about.
my little
So
chart
I'll
symbol.
do this real quick. You can skip to this point if you just want to ignore this. I'm
Have
specifically
this
getting my
open
information from
as
a study in
you
Scotland
work.
and also a
Well,
compilation, I think,
I
or like
am
a write-up,
definitely
the Irish study of
doing
sexual
the
health
work
and
right now.
relationship, which sources multiple
So
different things
into
later on.
the
So I don't know if
chain
it's actually a study
space,
itself.
it
In the
looks
section
like
specifically about regret,
chain
despite not
3,
mentioning anyone below
and
the age of
then
18,
double
they do
crochet,
conclude that younger
and
age
then
groups are
chain 2.
significantly more likely to say they should have
Oh,
waited
okay.
longer. Women are more likely to do it across
Oh,
all
I
age
almost tried
groups,
to.
19%
Yikes.
on average to 14%. Now, this is just Ireland. However, there is another study. The extent of regretted sexual intercourse among
I
young
apologize
teenagers
in
Scotland across
advance for
sexual
the
survey
very,
specifically looks
oh god,
at teenagers
for
around
the
the
very loud
age of
airplanes.
14 years
I
old.
live
Now, this thing
near
looks ugly as shit, but
an
it does
airbase
prove a few points. Also, the numbers
because
and
I
the brackets
live
and the percentages. Firstly, even at this age group,
kind
women
of
are more likely to regret the first sexual experience and say it was too soon. While the percentage of men who say it was too soon compared to the percentage of women are comparable, the percentage of women who say it shouldn't have happened at all are significantly higher,
Okay.
sometimes more than double, which is really weird.
So-
Next, if the boy pressured the girl into the experience, the percentage of
Oh,
those who say
sorry.
it was too soon
Oop, that
completely
did move the camera a
skyrockets
little bit.
on both genders.
Okay.
Also, because there's no direct comparison to any other age group, I should say these numbers are
Actually, I
unbelievably
want to see whether
fucking
there's a
high. Lastly,
major
and
difference
most
if I turn off my ring
importantly,
light.
mind you, pretty much nothing changed
Oh,
the
it kinda-
percentage of those who
Kinda
regret it.
does. Okay.
It's just like the
I'll leave
age,
it on
and
then.
that's it. That's pretty much the only thing that changes the percentage.
Bring it up a
Now,
little
if
bit
the
more.
Android dev sees this and still has any brain cells left
God,
after
the
sniffing
ring
glue off his body pillows,
light
he may
clamp
argue
really
that
does
I just
suck.
said that the younger they are, the higher
This
the
is such a
percentage
scuff
are,
setup.
and 14 is a bit unrealistic.
But it's okay.
Except in this post that we're talking about,
we
he
try our
specifically
best.
talks about the age 14.
We
Like,
try
that's
our best indeed.
specifically
Oh,
an example
okay.
where the person he was discussing with asked,
So right
would
there,
this sex
saying
license thing, still a
chain
funny name, work if it was a 14-year-old that wanted to have sex
3,
with a grown man, or a
2,
grown man that wanted to have sex with
3.
a 14-year-old.
Okay.
And he says, well, obviously,
And
I
then
stick with my
after
point,
that,
which is really weird because the numbers
can you
really
move, please?
don't agree with them. Also, you should
There you
check
go.
out this post. I don't
And after
know
that, do
exactly how
a.
legitimate it is, but it
My
does
gosh,
not
my
read like an
hands are all over the
attention-grabbing
place.
kind of post. It does seem very genuine, in which the age 14 is mentioned again, and it is quite strange to read. So do go ahead at your own
Gotta
conviction.
adjust
If
my
it was
ring
just
light once
this
again.
post and nothing else, I wouldn't really be showing it to you. But in
Okay.
compilation with what we know of
Now,
him now, this doesn't
back
really look like
to the
an out
crochet.
of character fabricated on lines. It does really seem like a
Now we
continuation
do a double
of the
crochet
evolution
in,
of the person that he is now. It does kind of seem like repeat
and
behavior.
it
But
says
surveys are
to
finesse. So let's just imagine a situation with two
chain
people. They're both the
2,
same age. They're both teenagers. In this situation,
chain 2,
both
and
people
then
have about as much
2
power as each other.
double crochets into the
Neither of
same
them really know much more
part
than the other
of
person.
the ring.
Everything's very safe. It's in a controlled environment, so to speak. Now, let's take that, remove one of them, and
I'm
then
gonna
add
hold
a
on to this
30-year-old
tail so I can
who
get
can
rid of it.
totally take advantage of the other person because there is now an insane power dynamic in his favor. Holy shit, what a great idea. Literally, the defining feature of a teenager is, God, Mom, I'm not a kid anymore, because they think that they know more than they do. Teenagers thinking that they know more than they do and then finding
Okay.
out through experience
So
that
hold
they
on a second.
don't is like the whole purpose of being
Let
a
me grab
teenager.
something real
They're
quick.
fucking stupid and they're worthless and they leech off people. That's why.
Never mind, it
you
was
need to
right
learn
behind
that
me,
you're a
so
thinking that you're ready,
yes.
even technically knowing what you're doing,
I
isn't
just
always
got
an
my
indicator
aircon
that
remote.
you actually are ready. You just have to experience stuff. That's not even about what
And
we're talking about. That's just
we
life in general. Also,
chain
you could cheat on
1.
the exam. You degenerate bitch. Holy shit.
Okay, and then after that, chain 1,
Oh, I'm gonna throw up. I could've just
double
called him a dumb
crochet
dumber and been done
into
with all this because
the
nobody in
next
respectable society would have
space
disagreed with I chose to genuinely engage with the point and really get some statistics going and argue against it so I could have the cathartic experience of smacking him down with the might of Zeus, just to prove that he's not just wrong, he's really, really fucking wrong. Someone that used to work with him
It
once
seems to be
described
just.
the Android simulator as a perverted spin on hatred.
Oh, so it's the corner.
I somewhat take that.
So the 2 double crochet, chain 1 once again,
on a wheel.
another double crochet in here.
Can sometimes be perverts by themselves. This is like compounding pervert. This is like pervert
Let me
to the
redo that
power of
double
itself.
crochet.
That was a maths joke.
Those are some big busty boobies.
The only reason we know his current or past position on the age
double
of
crochet
consent
there.
is because he just posted. He gave us this as a response. This is a response to somebody calling him a pedophile, and he wrote this down on his computer and he looked at it, and there was a part of his brain that just thought, yeah, this is good. This will show people that I'm not a pedophile. What? Just lie. Just say, not the age of consent is fine. It should be at least 18 everywhere across the globe. I don't like pedophiles. I think they suck. I hope they all go to jail. You could have just said that.
Another
You
double
could have
crochet.
lied
So
to us
after
and
the
it would have been fine. But instead he decided to
2,
post this and
just
think,
normal
yeah,
double crochet,
yeah,
2
people will be on
chains.
my side now.
I, Emma X, humbly submit a toast.
I'm really glad
Oh,
that I live in a
no.
world where my
Chain
realm
1.
of existence, like my circle,
Chain 1,
has collided
then
with
double
the
crochet
phrase
into the
consume
next
the
one,
cum
and
chain.
then that's when we do the 2
Like,
chain.
that's a thing now.
Got
that's
it.
Objectively, that happened, and we can't.
That makes
pretend
sense.
it
That
didn't.
makes sense.
We can't go
2
back.
double
We shouldn't, but we
crochets.
can't. The Android Dev Discord speedrun is well, it's a thing of beauty. Honestly,
Chain
I think
2,
it's one of the
then into
triumphs
the
of
same chain
mankind as a
space,
whole,
2 more
because
double crochets.
where I spent almost an hour detailing or trying to conceptualize Alex's toxicity.
Yeah, I can see
towards
this
his
is where
fans
the
that was
the
apparent,
squares come
vague,
out.
and also trying to
This is
show
where
that
the square
know,
part
the
comes
coding
out.
was incorrect, both how it was written and the theoretical structure of coding languages. People just posted a fucking picture on his Discord, and it proved basically everything I was trying to prove anyway. And the beauty of it is, it's faster, it's more efficient, and proves more with
After
fewer
that,
words. It's
chain
basically
1.
the essence of speedrunning. As far as I'm aware, the world record is held by someone called
Then
Volsk, who has a sub
back
1 second time he
over,
ran
treble
down from
crochet
below
into
0.5.
this.
And god damn, look at that routing. There's no exploits, there's no engine manipulation. That's just fucking routing.
The
That's just
difficult part, I think,
technical skill.
for the
Pure
following the
fucking
symbols,
speed
following
running.
this
Despite repeating myself,
drawing
I
over
think it's
here,
important
is
to reinforce that
you
this
have to
entire
remember
situation
exactly
of
where you are.
Is completely indicative of who Alex
I don't
was
want to
1.5
write in my
years ago
book,
and who he is
so
now. While
this
it's not
does
him
make it a
banning
little
those people from
difficult.
the Discord, he's created this echo
So
chamber
I've
for his
done
toxicity.
here that.
Such a anti-anyone else mindset. It seems like
Oh,
at
I think
every impasse as perceived by him,
I made a
he
mistake.
makes the wrong choice.
I
This
don't
has gone on
think
for
so.
long
It's
that
meant to
enough
be.
knowledge has
I did the
spread to
first
his
one,
general
do
following
2, and then
to the
oh,
point where,
yep,
like, this
there's
isn't,
the
like,
mistake.
ignorance anymore. You
There's
can't
the
really
reason.
feign. This is, you would have a better time responding to criticism by
So
throwing
that's a
darts at
chain
the dark.
already,
You
yeah.
would get a higher success rate. I am certain. There are a few parts of this video that are aimed directly at Alex because spliced in between all my metaphors, analogies, jokes, and flowery language is what I believe to be genuine, like, constructive
So,
criticism, like genuinely trying to
To
help,
there.
and genuine messages. So this is one of those times. The getting banned on Discord speedrun was and is
And
not
chain
some
2
blundering agent of chaos or the
into
mist
the same
born from the
place.
souls of the damned that
Once
just
again.
destroys anything the wind blows them towards. It's
Another 2.
frustration. I fail to see it as anything other than that. Like, people are just getting so fucking
Right,
furious
and then after that,
with
chain 1.
how little is being done, how little their
2 in
voices
here.
mean to the developer. It's just frustration.
I need to
I
remember to
didn't
sit
even
up
give him
straight, or
money
my
and I'm
chiropractor is going to be
frustrated.
very
You
angry at me.
probably didn't. Most of the people watching the first video didn't either. I couldn't even possibly approach the mental state of what people would be thinking. And even if you did give him money, you couldn't possibly understand the wider community's feelings about it. The only person
Then back
who could
to
really
the next
conceptualize
one.
all of this is
And once
Alex
again, it'll
himself.
become a
But
corner.
he doesn't want to,
So
or he just doesn't know like what's going on. I don't even think I have to use my platform to condemn these people for harassing Alex with malice intent, because
chain
in
2,
reality it's
2 more
petty
double crochets
intent
in
at
the
best,
same.
and it's not really interacting with Alex at all. Honestly, if he's not getting distracted by his work, then he shouldn't even know any of these people
Oh
joined.
no.
They're having fun wasting his moderator's time because he wasted theirs. Delaying crucial content,
This
dismissing anyone
yarn
that was
is
trying to help, and being
very
toxic to anyone who
good
even
at
approached a
freeing.
dissenting thought. All the while streaming 2 to 3 hours a day, even though he's monumentally behind on his work. Hey, do you like this
Which
unintentional
is not
recurring
good.
feature from my videos
Not
where I take so long to make them that you seem
fantastic.
physically aged throughout them? Isn't
But
that
I will
great?
make do.
I made this whole breakdown
So I've done
of
one
the
more
game,
corner,
showing like how much it's
Yep.
actually been
and then
completed
chain
thus
1
far,
as per normal.
using
Go into here,
like
double
his
crochet
previous
again.
videos and counting how long it took him to implement certain features
Yeah,
and the
this
weighting of those certain
This
features.
is
I did this
working.
whole fucking
Hell
thing
yeah.
before I realized the thing that I realized at the start of this video, that there is
Gosh,
an
what's
unknown
happening?
amount of balancing and bug fixes that he has to do. So all of that is entirely pointless, and we can't even possibly judge when the game is going to be finished. I also spoke
Chain
somewhat
1.
briefly about object-oriented programming and the pillars of it, and to just recap that really quickly. Imagine a student's writing an essay and he needs 5 references. There's 2 options here. To ignore the essay part, it's not actually important. Focus on the books. Now, there's 2 options. The first one is to get those books, like buy them, and then he
Chain
owns those 5
2.
books. Or he can borrow those 5 books from a library that's special, that as soon as it gets a book, it has an infinite supply of those books. Now, if that student was the only person to ever write an essay in their entire lives, in the history of the earth, then yeah, that's fine, even like up to 2 or 3
And
students. Like,
then
inefficiency is fine in small numbers, but if there's
after the
11
chain
people
1,
writing
okay,
11
slip stitch
essays,
in.
you now have
Did I chain
11
already?
copies of the same book when
Nope, I
you only
did not.
actually needed 1.
Chain
So the library is more
1.
complicated, and it takes a long
Go
time to
into
build,
here.
but it's more efficient in the long run. This is a vague and insultingly simplistic way of describing
Chain
inheritance. It's a
2.
lot more complicated than that,
Chain
and
2,
there's a lot more to
double
go
2,
into. It's
double
actually kind of interesting,
crochets,
but not in this
chain
video.
1,
Now, the students in the Android Simulator
slip
are coded
stitch
so poorly, that example
in
doesn't even do it justice.
to
It's more
the
like if you wanted to have
chain. And
2,357
voila.
books in one
There we
library,
have
or you wanted to have
the beginning. Oh god, my yarn.
2,357 books
The
in
beginning was square. Hold on, let me
2,357
double
libraries.
check
Now, the better way to do it is to have a
something. I'm gonna
student
turn off
repository and just
the
have
phone
each
camera for a
individual
bit
student grab
so
traits
that I
that
can
they
check
use.
something
Instead, he just
I
has a
want to
single
see
student file
when my
that
yarn
just
winder is gonna come.
17,000 lines long, that has every single thing an NPC could possibly have, and they just
I wanna check
turn off the things that they aren't going to use.
when
Now, to
when
people,
it's
that
coming.
sounds efficient, but to a computer, it's actually the complete opposite, and may actually be the worst possible way to code a student, because it doesn't ignore the lines of code that it doesn't need in that 17,000 line clump. It doesn't do that.
Oh,
It
oh,
reads,
sorry.
like,
It's gonna
most
come
of
within the
lines of
next few
code
days, I think.
and then picks out what
Okay,
it needs.
better than
So
nothing,
it's
I
essentially
guess.
like running 17,000 lines of code on every student, on every frame, which is probably why the shadows are so fucked. Now, I know I was talking about the future of the game, so I'm not bringing this up for no reason. This is actually very important for implementing rivals, which, again, you said are just iterations of each other that are hard
And
difficulties and
we
all
are
that
back.
kind of
Great,
stuff.
fantastic.
Now, if he was a software
Hold on a
engineer,
second.
or he understood the basics of the language he's programming in, that would be good. Unfortunately,
Fantastic.
you already know where this is going.
Anyway,
if he was smart enough and
after
had
that, I'm
experience in this area,
guessing fast
could
enough. Yeah.
create a solution that was fast and efficient for him to do, but still gave him headroom for expansions later
Actually, I don't
on.
need that big of a
Wow,
tail.
look at this. I'm actually fixing his code with basically no experience. Holy shit, this is so hard. It's crazy. Hey, do you want to know where I found this super intense code that shortens everything significantly? You'll never guess. It's
I
called
can cut that tail too.
W3 schools, also known as quite literally the starting place for pretty much everyone's first coding experience. It's like the first thing you learn. This is really easy, by
I'll
the way.
cut that
Also,
tail
shout out
as
to my
well.
sister for reminding me how to use iterative loops. I completely forgot.
There you go.
I completely forgot how to code. As far
Oops,
as
I
I'm
just
aware,
kind of
unless
threw the
something
square
completely off course has happened,
towards
the
myself.
game is running in C#,
Lol.
which isn't the coolest
Anyway,
language, and it's
okay,
not the
what
fastest
yarn
language,
dealt
but
with?
it's a lot better than JavaScript.
God, this
and
is
thank
a very
fucking
big
God it's not something
ball
like
of white yarn. Like, look at
Pascal.
the size of
Like,
this.
Can you even code games in Pascal?
Holy
Can you
shit.
even code in Pascal?
Okay, time
I
for a
fucking
new
hate
color.
that language.
Red.
That
We have not opened this
Pascal
apparently.
can go fucking die. Unfortunately,
Which I
seeing
kind of
as the
find
game is
surprising. That I
very
think
much
3
run
colors,
like a young
including the red
completed
that we haven't
boy
opened
who's
yet.
also blind
I don't know why.
and chained
It's
to
called
an
hot.
anchor at
So
the bottom of the ocean. I very much
it's okay.
doubt that
Gotta
Yanro Dev has suddenly
open
started to
this.
understand the things that make C# better than JavaScript, like the fact
There we
C#
go.
has inheritance and JavaScript basically
There it
doesn't.
is.
Also, slight bias.
The strand.
I fucking
The
hate
strand that
JavaScript.
starts it all.
It is so much. This is what I
This is
can
all the
gather
right side,
from
right? Correct.
the,
Okay, great,
either
fantastic.
leaked or ripped or
So
stolen
following this,
student.cs script
okay,
thing, which
same thing
I don't know
as per usual.
if it's real, but it is too depressingly verbose for me to think otherwise. Like, this is... No one would write 17,000 lines of code as a joke. And it was at that point that I realized what I thought was happening with the students was, except it was actually worse. And
Chain
I
3.
kind of wanted to gouge my eyes out, because I then found out that every single student uses the same fucking
Chain
script,
3.
and, like, all had the same code.
Double
So there was
crochet.
no chance that the rivals were getting made in a timely manner. Or at all. There are 10 planned rivals, and I thought because the base map has been implemented
1
and
double
the core
crochet.
mechanics exist, and all the students
And
exist,
oh my
and they
gosh.
all have planned schedules and so on and so forth, that each rival
It's
implementation would be
everywhere.
about 10%, maybe 8 to 9% of the
1
total
double
game's
crochet.
development. That would signal when it's getting ready to be complete. You could
And
change that
then
10% to about
following
4 to 5%
the
if it's
corner
correctly
pattern, because we're
using
starting
inheritance, meaning
in
that
the
the game
corner.
would be like 3/4 of the way through development at this point. Except when you start to factor in code that's so janky,
Let's
it
make sure
more
the
often than not
yarn
doesn't
is.
work, and then
Let's just hold it
occasionally
up here.
breaks out into a functioning game, or that it's so messy it's easy to reverse engineer it than understand what it was actually intentionally used for.
2
All the
double
bad
crochets.
practices that ignore the core principles of any coding language made after I was born, and then package that with the terrible time
Fantastic.
management and resources that just go
Then
towards
we chain
superfluous things that just unbalance
1.
the game and its foundation. And I started to realize
Then it goes in
maybe
here.
the game isn't actually going to be released. I would very much like to say that the time spent developing Osana is not indicative of how much time it'll take to develop each other rival. Because
Oh,
for
we don't
any
even chain, do we?
competent programmer, it wouldn't. Yandere Dev has done nothing to show that he is
We don't even
anything but
chain.
completely incompetent.
Got
There
it.
is no chance in hell he
I
develops this
was
game
looking at the
completely
wrong
in
color.
the next 3 weeks. So I went back
We
and
just
I changed
start
my
going.
model and had a look at some other things.
I see.
And in my opinion, with the final product being a fun, complete experience that does not look, feel, or run like an Xbox 360 demo, this game is maybe 6 to 10% of the way complete. In the process of researching for this video by watching Yandere Dev's content on YouTube, it started recommending me more coding channels. And go watch him, by the way. And it really made me think about the actual process of developing an indie game. Currently, by any way you want to describe it, the game is not out of the prototype stage. Like, it just isn't. So I thought, I wonder where this would put it on the development, timeline. So I found this fun little chart on Wikipedia, and can you guess where in this little process it is? Can you guess where it comes in? No, you can't, because it's not actually on there. The first stage, which is like pre-alpha, describes a game that has a representative gameplay asset and mechanics, which I have gone to great
Chain
lengths
2.
in the past
That's a
hour
big
and
chain.
a half to prove that it doesn't. The first playable, so to speak, is even described as having major
Because
gameplay
it's the
elements,
corner,
which
yeah.
I would describe
Okay.
as the rivals, and it doesn't
And
have them
2
at all.
more double
Fans
crochets.
have been like lulled into this idea that because they can play the game and they can physically see how it's changing, that it actually is
Can't wait to
moving
get my
forward
yarn
at a
winder
reasonable speed. But it
so that
really
I can
isn't.
start
The
winding my
actual
yarn.
work being put into this, or the work time being put into this, and what you get in return, when you actually look at it, it's pretty much fuck all. This situation may remind you of early access games, which is now very synonymous with not being released, like the DayZ standalone that was in early access development for 5 years with no actual reason as to why. It was just like that, and even with the term early access being synonymous with a low quality final product and delayed releases and just lack of updates,
Okay.
I wouldn't even really consider Yandere Simulator an early access project, because even compared to the DayZ
That's
standalone
phenomenal.
that took like 2 years to add grass, at least it has grass. We just have a flat texture of grass in Yandere Simulator. Isn't that so cool? I really get the feeling that because fans get to play these updates and they get to physically see the updates as they happen, that they're getting something. But they're fucking not. It's very much like how humans can't process the difference between a million and a billion, because we just think, oh, it's a different letter, and a million's a lot,
I
and a
will
billion is like a
bring
lot. But
the
in
video a
reality, a
little bit.
billion just
Yeah,
fucking dwarfs a
brought
million.
up the video a little
Like
bit.
a million looks like a fucking penny in comparison. That is how inconceivable this kind of like lack of development is. It is so hard to comprehend how little work has been done and how much there is to go. But when you compare it to any other game, it doesn't even fucking show up. The biggest thing I want people to take away from this is the difference between both Yandere Dev as a person and the state of the game, or really the lack of difference between now and 1.5 years ago. And while it is great fun to look at how Alex hasn't changed and how the game hasn't changed, I do think it's worth looking at the environment, the difference in the environment that he's developing the game in now and when he started, specifically with indie games, because in the past, not actually that long ago, indie games were pretty proportioned. They had a modest budget and they attracted a modest audience, with some exceptions. However, that was 2014, and the industry was still somewhat heralding Binding of Isaac and Super Meat Boy as like the indie games, like the best ones, the quintessential indie games. But as the years progressed, it seemed like every 8 months we got a new the indie game to play, mostly due to the rise in power of consumer-grade development tools, like the Unity engine that he fucking uses. In 2014, we got Shovel Knight, which replaced Binding of Isaac and the Super Meat Boy as the indie game to play. But then in 2015, we got Ori and the Blind Forest, Undertale, 2016, Firewatch, Inside, Stardew Valley, Absu, 2017, Hellblade, Night in the Woods, Hollow Knight, Hat in Time, Cuphead, 2018, Beat Saber, Ashen, RimWorld, The Messenger, Celeste, Deltarune, 2019, Untitled Goose Game, Risk of Rain 2, My Friend Pedro, and Disco Elysium, which is one of the greatest games I have played, and undoubtedly the best written game I have ever played in my entire life. You have to check it out. You may know some of those games. You may have actually played most of those games, and you would have loved a lot of them. And every single game I just listed has started and ended development faster than Yandere Simulator. The only exception is Cuphead, because every single frame is hand animated, and it's beautiful. And also they took a break, and also it took 7 years. So if Yandere Simulator does not finish development by the end of this year, it would have taken longer, which isn't just depressing, it's fucking embarrassing for them. A surprising amount of those games were made or ported to Unity Engine during their development.
So
a surprising amount of them were made either without a Kickstarter goal or for a Kickstarter goal that was actually lower than what Yandere Dev has already earned through Patreon alone, not even counting YouTube ads. A Hat in Time specifically actually started development, then was put on hold, added more members. They formed a business called Gears for Breakfast and worked on the game from multiple different countries, all for free, until they had a presentable product to show to Kickstarter, where they asked for money, and they got it, and they worked on it, and they finished all of that from the very start of development, with the break, then Kickstarter campaign, then finished the game, quicker than Yandere Simulator, and guess what? It's one of my fucking favorite games of all time because it's goddamn amazing. In my opinion, the best example of this is Toby Fox, which many of you know as the creator of Undertale and Deltarune. He asked for $5,000 on Kickstarter.
Wish I could.
He got $51,000 as a result.
Okay, that was Jan.
Which is still less than what Yandere Dev earned in 2017 alone from Patreon. Again, not including ads. Now, but that's not fair. Alex works by himself. He only uses a team of volunteers. Well, Toby worked almost exclusively on the game by himself. He only had another human touch the project in the form of art. He made the music by himself, which is fucking iconic now.
Can't really do
and he developed the entire game on Game Maker, which I don't fucking care about your opinions on Unity Engine. Unity Engine with C# is pretty objectively more powerful than Game Maker. Now, he wasn't just recognized by Nintendo, which is essentially the grandfather of all modern video games, but he was respected by them. And Masahiro Sakurai, the creator of Smash, one of the most influential game directors and game developers that has ever existed and probably will ever exist. Like, holy shit. The man's a fucking god, but it really does show how quickly indie games are catching up to AAA titles, whether it be graphical fidelity or polish or gameplay or content richness or post-release support.
So
it genuinely doesn't matter. Indie games at the moment can reach far more people than any other time in their past, and the bar for entry is rapidly dropping. Also, 3 days before filming this part, I actually purchased Bright Memory. I didn't know it was on Steam. I didn't even know you could buy it at this point, but I heard so much about it, I bought it, and I fucking love it. I think it is absolutely outstanding. And the reason I'm saying this is because, as some of you may know, Bright Memory is being created by one man.
Intense puppy dreams.
That's it.
Holy shit.
The game looks fucking beautiful. It runs surprisingly well. And it is so much goddamn fun. And it was made in a different language. And it has good English. Better English than Yandere Simulator. The fucking competition is destroying him. In 2015 and 2016, Yandere Simulator was in contest with other indie games, and it was lagging behind. It
seems to just be...
It's 2020 now. Yandere Simulator is no longer in the competition. It barely had anything of worth 4 years ago. It has nothing left now. It barely just stopped having to share its core idea with another game, a fan game actually, which had to shut down development. And while the developer does defend Yandere Dev and Yandere Simulator, which I don't agree with, fucking obviously, if there is any way in the future that you could support this game, if you could follow its development, if it ever comes back and you think it's interesting, I would say show interest. Try and help. Because while he does defend Yandere Dev, his game is the shining fucking example of everything wrong Yandere Dev is doing. The landscape for games development is full of people just filled to the brim with passion, not just for their projects, not just for their games, but for gaming as an art.
So when it gets to the 2 chains,
creating and finessing experiences for the player, pouring unbelievable amounts of care into their projects. Care that Alex doesn't fucking have. It's pretty goddamn obvious that almost everyone outside of the industry and everyone inside of the industry can do a better job than him. Like, he's not good at his job. He barely fucking cares about his job. There is barely a place for him with passion involved. With such little passion now, there's fucking nothing. There was barely a place for him 4 years ago. There's not a place for him now, and he's not releasing it now. In one of his videos, he murders, hacks apart, and wears the skin of quite a famous Miyazaki quote, which basically says in a unbelievably cringy way that
that's why I'm kind of trying to make a point
would be bad,
to bring it up instead of looking, because I always do my crochet like this. I always have it on the floor and I look down. But apparently when I went for like an X-ray a while back,
the game is shit. It doesn't
apparently
matter.
My neck is starting
it does not fucking
bend
matter.
the wrong way.
He is delusional,
so I have to
and he's a goddamn
look up
moron.
more often.
The game
Just why I'm
is
trying
not
to
going
make
to be
sure I
released. It just
bring it close
isn't.
to the camera.
If it ever
Also,
does
which
get
is also
released,
good
it's going
because
to
you
be
guys can
torn
see it
apart by
instead of
the
just
most
having it
pathetic
here and you guys
indie
having to,
early
look
access bullshit on the market.
carefully, very carefully at it.
The game sucks. The only reason the game continues development is to line his fat fucking pockets, because he doesn't care
Okay.
if the game is released or if the game is good. He wants the game to be anime, and he wants the game to be what he wants. He doesn't fucking care if people enjoy it. He says he does, but he doesn't actually believe that. I mean, for God's sake, if he actually gave a shit about releasing a product,
This is coming out.
good or bad,
This is coming
just
out quite well,
releasing
yeah?
a product before the majority of us fucking die, he would have handed off development to somebody else. He would have handed off development when it was handed to him on a silver fucking platter, dude. It was given to him. He was given the best possible outcome from such a shitty product, and he fucked it up. The game was and is a failure, which is so impressive because it hasn't even fucking been released. The only reason it isn't the most prevailing case study to show what not to do during games development is because it technically hasn't finished yet. You can't call the Hindenburg the greatest disaster of all time if it's only halfway to the ground.
Okay.
Thank you for watching. I appreciate it greatly. It was hard enough to make the video this long. I imagine it would be quite hard to watch it all this way. Don't send hate towards him. Obviously, you already know that. You're not stupid. But don't support him if you do. And just,
Okay.
dear fucking God, do not support him. Please, I'm begging. I'm on my fucking knees. I'm not on my knees. You can see that. You can see me physically. But metaphorically, I'm begging. If you liked the video, like it, like with the button, press the button, and then subscribe, and then put on the bell. I don't know how to turn on the bell, but do it. Also, a quick shout out to the fellas, the boys, I'm not going to say homies, the fellas, again, that are supporting me through these dark times, even though I haven't released a video in like a month.
Okay.
Buy my merch if you
I
like
always
it.
need to
If you
remind
like any of the
myself
shirts that I've been
to
wearing in this video.
Make sure
Alright,
I'm in a
adios, bitch.
proper posture. And because we love Kaiju. And once again, 3 single crochets.
I don't need it anymore. Can I just say, on behalf of myself and all of you watching, man, this sucks. Just like all of it, the whole thing. You probably didn't want to see my face again for the next few years at least. You're probably sick of me. I'm
My
sick
mic
of
is so
me.
close that I
don't
almost
wanna
hit
do
it with
this.
my head.
I mean, I had other plans to follow. The last thing I was expecting was for Flight
It's fine,
Sim
you know, it's
QF94 to crash land in my
Oh.
front lawn.
Let me bring down
Was it
the
my fault for
YouTube.
thinking that a 2-hour
volume.
video would
There you
cover
go.
enough to halt the tides of destiny, even remotely? But, you know, time makes a fool of us all, and it seems that as soon as my video went up, everything happened at the same time, which has created the most critiquable version of Yandere Simulator to date. And I'm kind of forced to revisit the man in his game so soon after the last video 6 months ago. Maybe it's been longer than I thought. Now, I should warn you, this won't necessarily be the exact same style, tone, or length, hopefully, as the last video, because honestly, I might not be in the correct emotional state to do that again. So if you want that style video, go watch my last one. Diesel did a video as well. I was in it. You could watch it, but you could also watch me talk about today's sponsor. Ridge Wallet is the working man's wallet, or just anyone, because it's stylish, it's efficient, it's made out of metal, it doesn't break, it's compact, and it looks really cool. This thing stores so many cars,
Okay.
you'll think, wow, that stores cars all that nice. But that's not all. It also stores money and clips to your belt. If you just want to clip two of the things to the back, which is what I did because it's significantly more efficient, and it was really easy. And guess what? It hasn't degraded yet because it's not
Then
made out of
this
leather. Countless positive
last
reviews,
stitch.
lifetime warranty,
Starting to
the
curl
whole
in a little
shebang.
bit.
You can get it in any color,
I think my
a bunch of
tension's a
materials.
little-
It's just a nice time all around. So use the code
Stretch it out a
CAPRA
little
with the
bit,
link,
yeah.
get 10% off, all of that. You know the drill. Get on it. Thanks for the sponsor. Love you. Now, there's been a whole gaggle of misdemeanors
Then
that's happened since my last video, like too many to count
pull.
and cover. I'm not going to, But luckily for me, recent stuff can be quite convincingly tied with some previous events, which saves
That
me
is
some
that.
time, work, and emotional stress.
And next is
That's gonna happen
the
either way.
yellow. Okay.
Getting specific, I'm talking about the fact that Osana
So it
and
seems
the
to
official demo
be
of the game has been released, in case you haven't been keeping up with the inner
seems to
circle,
be
so to speak, or you watch my
into
videos for my pretty face.
a double
Oh,
crochet,
hey, my
right?
name's Kyle with an X, and I'm 21, but I look 26 and I feel 100. Osana has been a major sticking point for criticism over the last half a decade because
in
briefly,
second of
she somewhat
3
represents the
double
lack
crochet,
of core
3
components and
chain,
direction for the game's previous builds, and in a greater sense, she also acted as a sign of slow progression,
What?
as she was one out of 10 rivals, and she was just never in the game. So
round
seeing her
5.
to any degree would elicit a sense of joy from onlookers, which was clearly people's reaction and the exact emotion I'm feeling right now. While I most likely would have critiqued Osana's release under most circumstances, regardless, because
I'm
her
like so
constantly being
confused.
mentioned was mostly symbolical, as the problem lied in the issues to which she is somewhat related, not the fact a rival with red hair named Osana isn't literally in the game. Alex quite kindly made my life extremely easy and gave me the opportunity to self-promote. Because if you go watch my last video, also by my merch,
I'm very confused.
at
In
the point
second
where I
of
ratify
3 double
critiques that
crochet
technically
in
don't hold water
3
because it
chain.
was a debug build of the game and therefore not official, almost everything I say
What
is
on
still
earth is that
completely
supposed to mean?
correct. The only real change was that the gym is now not a stolen asset as far as I'm aware. It's also a custom-made asset that looks like the stolen asset, so that's pretty much it. And I would love to pump myself up and throw around a
So
profit
I'm
here or there, but
assuming
being
it
brutally
goes
honest,
into
most of the
the
critiques I made were pretty face value because there's not a whole lot of layers to how this game is being made. Unfortunately, I do
Oh,
not know
okay,
how to properly
yeah.
format this video
I
because
forgot
my brain
because
is
I
too
got it
dumb.
mixed up once
If
again
only
with
there was a video released
US
post
terminology.
Osana that includes
That's
Alex
fun,
using
isn't it?
extremely explicit
To get
terms
your
to
things
describe the development process,
messed
which
up.
henceforth can be used to critique him in a way not
Yeah, I should just
previously
trust
seen,
the
while also
diagram.
jump-starting this video and acting as a point to return to later, giving the video a cyclical feeling that neatly ties together the start and the end while recontextualizing the forthcoming experience. Oh wow, what a surprise! On the 1st of September, Australian time, we will bestow this cherished gift from Yandere Dev himself, titled
Chain
Words.
3.
Now, many a thing was said in this ballad, but there's only a few parts that really matter. Most of it reads like his upcoming Kickstarter ad, with words like fun, polish, and other lies. The two things I deemed important were the parts where he talked about Hitman's opportunity mechanic and how it inspired the schemes of Yandere Simulator, which he labels
Hold on
with
a
their
second. Is it all
replayability
going? Oh,
as
sorry.
the main
Is it
draw.
all
The fact
going
that
into
he
the
said
one
Osana
into the
kept
one
getting
stitch?
delayed because of volunteers who worked
No
slow.
way.
At face value, it does seem like he's blaming people who work for free and humiliating
Does
them in
kind
front
of
of
look
his
like it,
impressionable
yeah.
fans, because that is exactly what happened. Like, verbatim. Remember when he responded to my video by saying it's immoral to humiliate someone in front of millions of people? Ah, what a classic. There's just something about a man who's willing to put high schoolers and
Saying
body
that
colors calling
to-
me immoral that's just unbelievably funny to me. Honestly, if this whole game dev thing doesn't pan out, he could just go into stand-up. Do you know how annoyed I am that the things he says earnestly,
I'm just gonna look
on
at this one.
purpose,
1 treble,
are
2
way
chain,
funnier
2
than
treble in the
jokes
same
I write for
place.
my
1
videos. I mean, do his fans not see the obvious and comedic
chain, 2
contradiction of
chain.
he's just one man? Like, how is the game
Then
being
2
delayed
treble
constantly because he's
in
only
the
one
same
man working on it,
place.
and also because there's
1
more than one man
double
working on it.
crochet in each
Ignoring the
stitch
extremely
to
fucked up idea
second
of basically throwing
of
people who work
3
with you
single
for
crochet
free
in next
under the
corner.
bus while you pocket thousands to buy another Nintendo Switch. Those two
What
ideas
the
are
fuck am I
mutually
reading?
exclusive to anyone with brain function. And I'm going out on a limb here, I would say he does. Maybe if you could do fucking anything by himself to any level of competency, he wouldn't need so much slave labor to complete it. God, just imagine how much wait time would be removed by just being talented at something. But honestly, I don't want to talk about Alex that much. I'd rather talk about the demo, because believe it or not, he did in fact invite criticism of it here, which I obviously wasn't waiting for, but is now made more fun by the fact it's state endorsed by our great and immortal leader. I'm sure if this is seen by certain people, they're just gonna say, oh, well, he could have been nicer, and sure, I could have, but
You know,
why
I'm
would
just
I
gonna
fucking bother?
Just
Alex
gonna
doesn't give a
trust
shit about
the
my
diagram
critiques
at this
even when
point.
I
I have
lie.
no
When it comes
clue
to
what
Yandere
the hell
Simulator,
they're saying
that seems to be
in
most
like
of
the
the
text
time.
patterns.
Now,
I'm just
there's only
gonna
two
trust the
outcomes here.
diagram.
Take it truthfully, and it's unnecessarily
Just telling
new,
me
or
to
critique
do
too softly, and
2
it can be ignored. And the
more
third
trebles
option,
in
which
this
is, I'm
one.
going to change everything anyway, so so it doesn't
And
count.
then
So
a
I'm just
treble
going
over
to
here,
genuinely critique
which
how
is a
I feel.
double crochet.
And
My
it
god,
is
my
the
wrist is
gold
starting
rush
to
of
hurt.
critiques, because there's something unique
Okay.
about this build that hasn't previously existed. And I'm not talking about Asana. Everything that I'm going to critique
So
regarding her
let's
has already
see.
been lightly mentioned previously, because many of her flaws were just visible from his videos that
And
he
then after that,
publicly uploaded.
double
No, what
crochet
opens
into
so many
other single
possibilities
crochets.
is the fact
Okay.
it's called the demo, like officially, on purpose. It's no longer the debug sandbox with all expected faults. It's not a demo in the way you would imagine one, but Alex is calling it that. It is designed to be a somewhat polished, somewhat enjoyable, generally playable slice of the rest of the game. So it's supposed to make people donate to a future Kickstarter. This means that there's suddenly a lot more things to justifiably critique now that the "it's a sandbox" defense has completely evaporated.
Oh
Before
my
I
god, I'm
continue,
focusing so
since
much,
I'm
and
trying
then
to
my wrist is
accurately
starting to
review the
hurt.
game from my experience,
Ow!
I'd actually like to mention what I liked about it. Don't worry, this section's going to be short and peppered with fine print. The main menu is kind of nice. There's still kinks to work out on the whole functioning part, but the design, it's relatively interesting. The voice acting is at its worst only
Okay.
kind of strange, with most of the actual sounds being perfectly fine. I would rather completely different dialogue altogether, but it feels like most of the voice actors are really trying, and it definitely softens the blow of the lines that were written like a parody of itself. And finally, the music, even at its lowest points, is still really good and extremely varied, well above the standards of the rest of the game. To the point where if there was no music, I don't think I would have made it through the playtime required to review the game. That was it. Somewhat strange that those things were done by volunteers, like there's a recurring theme or something. To me, mostly everything else was either majority bad, like the writing, or something that could have been good, that was surrounded and crushed by incompetence. So let's get on to those. For the sake of time, let's just acknowledge the fact that he consistently takes ideas, themes, mechanics, and so on from Hitman, Persona, and every anime, and then just not delve too deep into how strange and kind of wrong that is, and instead focus on how he takes things and whether he does it correctly, because I just don't have time
Okay.
to describe the nuanced differences between homage and copyright theft. I'll start with what I mentioned earlier, with the scheme mechanic, which brings forward the first major issue of the game, which is that it struggles to find a balance between too much and too little information. When you start the game, you are presented with a wealth of options, and all of it is entirely pointless at this time. You can watch an anime, which is just Death Note, and supposedly it teaches you how to electrocute people, as long as by teach you mean omits specific
Actually, let
details
me-
included in the scheme, making
gonna
it
do
entirely
undo
redundant. You can
these
see stuff you haven't unlocked and have
so
no
that I
idea
can
what
like
they
kind
do.
of start
You can check
it
on the
at
corkboard
here.
that exists, look at the shrine that could unlock new abilities or could be entirely pointless, with a new item available each week. So, one item,
Instead,
a
so
basement
that
with nothing
just
in it, a town to buy things for your objective,
makes a bit
whatever
more
that even
sense.
is, and finally school, the only viable option, making me wonder why you're showing any of this without explanation. Now, that whole thing is from the perspective of someone who hasn't played the game before and hasn't watched every single Yandere dev video, which, if he wants the game to succeed, will be an undeniably large percentage of the player base. It has no introductory phase or
So
anything, just
3
fucking
and
starts,
then
and then some text boxes that
the
start
double
popping up when you
crochet
do specific things, but they have the
and
Xbox interface, even though I'm using a keyboard. Did I break it? And then on the extreme opposite end of the spectrum are the schemes that, unlike
then
the
after
opportunity
that
mechanic
the
in
2
Hitman,
chain.
do not have to be found, but instead can be bought really easily at the start of the first day. I love capitalism. God bless. I get into the problems with the actual process of acquiring them later, but for now I want to focus on how schemes actually work, because it's at best strange, but mostly a fucking insult to be compared to Hitman. Firstly, every scheme is explained to such a granular extent, I find it genuinely difficult to
I'm gonna
understand
redo that
how
triple
you have
crochet.
fun
Find
using
it a
them.
little too
Because
tall.
if there's one thing I live in my video games, it's a climactic moment only completable after reading what is essentially a washing machine instruction manual.
Okay.
I'm being slightly hyperbolic here, also known as unbrained, but the point remains that even the most basic schemes have unnecessary steps with unnecessary amounts of detail, like the aforementioned
After that, chain
electrocution,
2.
Jesus Christ, and the crushing scheme, which I'll be referencing going forward. Its first step is stats needed to complete it. That's a good idea. what's less
Gonna
of a
bring
good
the
idea is
camera up a
then
little bit
proceeding to tell me exactly how
There
to
you go.
increase the stat with
so that I
exactly
stop
how long
hitting
it's
it.
going to take with multiple
I
choices.
swear,
Well,
my
thanks. I
hands.
almost had to think.
My hands
Is
are
it
not
really
cooperating
necessary to
with
teach
me
something
for
I
some
learned by
reason.
attending class in school, which is basically mandatory, but telling me if anything is useful in the room I spawn in is just beyond the capabilities of the demo. At this point in time, the scheme mechanic is entirely devoid of anything organic. The player has very little decision making in the process. Everything that's laid out in the scheme will happen exactly the way it's listed. It doesn't tell you to find a bucket, it tells you where to find it.
Then after
Exactly.
that,
Like,
it
if an
is
integral item is too hard to
a
find,
double
that's used in
crochet.
multiple schemes, the solution is to make the game more accessible,
Yeah,
not to just
to
give you
all
the
the
answers.
stitches. To
Why? That's
all
not
the
a
single
solution.
crochets.
The biggest choice you get in the entire situation is when to tell Osana to arrive at the location, which would be nice if it wasn't entirely pointless. As far as I can tell, you don't need to know her schedule because you can't accidentally make a scheduling conflict. As soon as the specified time comes around, Asana just turns off all brain function and just beelines it straight for your location, which is kind of funny. Like, the scheme is one step away from just having the game complete it for you. There's literally no obstacle here. This would all be an entirely moot point if they actually worked like opportunities in Hitman, where they are, get this, optional. Because in Hitman, when have problem, gun. Man have gun. As I've said before, in Hitman, sloppily firing 17 rounds into the target is an inefficient but viable way to complete the mission, given bad circumstances or just, inexperience, which some players have. Unfortunately, Yandere Simulator is, if nothing else, a carbon
Okay,
copy
hold
of
on, let me
Hitman
give my
as
hands a
described
break.
by a child. If you attempt to do a similar thing, this fun little mechanic comes into play called the rivalry.
And just
who
look
joins
over the
fray and
pattern.
says, no thanks, I'm good. Hitman demonstrates a spectrum of elimination options, from the untraceable ghost to the caveman with stick. Now, both sides are completely fine, it's just more a matter of where you find fun on that spectrum. Yandere Dev, as he says himself, enjoys the untraceable ghost end of the spectrum, going back through missions and finding all of the opportunities. So, as a result, when implementing that idea, he intentionally or not handicapped every other option, making his favorite playstyle the only functional one. There are mechanics in place for caveman with stick, it's just Rybrew completely ruins them. Her existence alone has offset everything, so the fancy, unique elimination methods have been pushed down to the option for both the lowest common denominator while also being the only one, because the 17 rounds to the leg method, or trying to kill Osana with stealth mechanics without using the IGN walkthrough or straight up abusing flaws in the game system, is damn near impossible because of the unshakable bodyguard that can't be sent home because
and then
she doesn't have a phone, except she totally does. Side note, he actually changed this recently after receiving this critique for what feels like a year or something, and it now reads, she keeps her phone on silent, which I'm not sure is much better because that's not how
to the same stitch again.
Does she never check her phone under any circumstance, including the circumstance I showed 5 seconds ago of her checking her phone? Man, this totally isn't a knee-jerk reaction, this solves everything. For the most part, Osana cannot be killed through traditional methods while Rybrew is near, because if she happens to spot you while you're killing the person whose toes she's standing on, you freeze in place and are forced to fail. While at the same time, Rybrew is completely invincible to all traditional forms of elimination a new player with limited experience would attempt. So the only way to complete the
Rest again. Oh my gosh, I think I need to rest my wrist more often. I think some people are saying that you can't just crochet forever, which makes sense, obviously. It's a lot of repetitive movements, so you can really strain yourself.
With the ultra perfect high level tactics, not even using my brain. They would actually be somewhat of a challenge if some of the steps in the schemes were more generic, but the game isn't designed to allow that, which raises the biggest issue. Because they're way too specific, most of them cannot be discovered or completed without using the baby mode walkthrough. The only conceivable way for new players to complete the demo is through a single mechanic that takes all agency away from them, following a step-by-step list that constricts them to that specific order, with no variants because everything is preordained, and tampering with it even slightly risks the whole thing not working, or at worst, soft-locking the game. Perfect. Once again proving that in order to take something from a game you like, You kind of have to understand it, because in
Some
Hitman,
of the
you can
corner.
set how opportunities work. A lot of information, even from a distance, somewhat guided when interacting with something related, or just off completely. And even the easiest guided option that no one who plays the game likes is a less hand-holdy way to approach this situation than Yandere Simulator. The way Alex talks about his fondness for the game in his videos, like all the fucking time, makes me think that he understands what he enjoys, but he doesn't even attempt to think about why. It reminded me of a story about the development of Outer Wilds, which is a game I plan to make a video on, i.e. I've already written the script because it's so fantastic in so many subtle ways. In an insultingly basic description, the game is about exploration with all these neat little planets and expansive lore that which was very interesting to playtesters, but also very overwhelming because it was difficult to understand where to fly, even though generally no matter where people went, they enjoyed the sense of exploration and discovery. So the problem was, how do we give people that feeling of discovery and the type of enjoyment that they feel without forcing them to explore, possibly ruining it? This, by the way, is what creators wake up in a cold sweat, funneling people into experiences you know that they would enjoy without being overbearing is one of the hardest things to balance, especially in games intended to not have that much direction. The answer was surprisingly simple and kind of genius, in my own opinion. They just added an extra step in the first conversation where an NPC asks
I returned from the dark. I had
you
lunch.
wanted to do, placing
Welcome back,
agency on the
Pirate. I hope
player
I
to
didn't
determine what was genuinely
see
interesting
that
to
too
them.
late. Welcome
From a
back.
vague list,
How was the lunch? What
without
you had for
actually
lunch?
scaling the entire game down to a checklist that felt like it had
Sorry,
to be
I always
completed
end up
in that order.
focusing quite
And
a
the
bit
best part is, the choice doesn't do anything.
when I crochet.
They're all generic and meaningless, but the point was to make the player decide and then give them the opportunity
Nice.
to find where
Thank
they
you for
wanted to go. And judging by
understanding.
the fact I'm talking about it, you can probably guess that it worked. Giving people vague and interesting choices got them over the first and only real hurdle.
Just had
After
some
that, their
sausages.
first discovery pretty much
Ooh,
set them
that
off
sounds
on the whole
nice.
thing and, create their own
Sausage is
story. And the
nice.
enjoyment of discovery was maintained by specifically trying to, delicately adding just the tiniest bit of guidance so the player would notice, which I didn't. I get the feeling if this kind of idea was
Sausage
implemented in
is
Yandere Simulator,
nice,
there would just be
depending
no
on, I guess, how
conversation
it's
about
prepared.
vaguely defining each planet or a museum
I
of
feel
unique
like
things to
my
guide
wrist
us and give you
is
agency,
super
making you
sensitive
feel like
nowadays.
the journey you made was
Or maybe it's
entirely
because
you
I
from your
technically
decision.
kind of
And
crocheted
instead,
for
you
4
spoke
hours
to
straight
someone and they told
yesterday
you
without
exactly what to do.
like
And if
having
you didn't, the
done
game
it in a
crashes.
while.
The game crashes
Because I
a
end
lot,
up
I should
taking
say that.
breaks from
The
crocheting every
Yandere
now and
Simulator
then.
crashes. He recognized the obtuse design as a problem before.
Then when I
but
get
instead of
back into
designing
it,
the
I end
game
up
to
just
help or teach
going
people
insane.
with supplementary
like
information if
yesterday.
they ask for it. He just made blocks of text mandatory. Long story short, stop taking things from other games you like without understanding how they work or why they were made. It
That's
looks
too tall.
amateuristic at best, but mostly it's fucking pathetic. Something that I couldn't criticize
That
as a game
is-
mechanic
that was
before
a
was
Stitch
panty
that
shots.
was way too
All I
tall.
had to go on was the fact it's morally repulsive and that it raises the question whether or not Yandere Simulator is a game or a thinly veiled
Yeah,
excuse
that's a
for a
lot
grown
better.
man to fetishize Japanese schoolgirls, which is clearly such a weak argument. No wonder they made it into the
Okay.
demo. In the most genuine way I
Like
can
that. Oh.
possibly convey this information, this is actually the
Yes,
most
put on.
consistent part of his game design, because where its implementation uncomfortably exploits anime schoolgirls, I use it to exploit the game's mechanics and beat the demo in 5 minutes using a scheme he wants players to use. When the game starts, you can just run backwards behind the 5
Didn't
gals
realize
and
that
Japanese
doing
word on
these
the
would
moron.
be so
Alex
fast.
has made their panty shots worth 5 times the median amendment in a second, and placed their spawn point behind every other student, meaning in the first minutes you can have
I just-
25 points.
I
And you
don't know
only
why.
need 20 to buy
Didn't
and
realize
complete the
how
crushing scheme, one of the fastest, safest, and easiest methods, which can be completed before the first class has
quick
even started.
this would be.
Now, I
So it's
should
kind of
put here
nice.
that Alex actually changed the info point mechanics on the 11th of September build, where he hastily threw it together because I guess he
Need
realized
water.
no, people aren't just going to start liking it now that it says
Need
demo.
some water.
Even his fans started criticizing
Wait,
it
Pirate,
until,
actually,
of
what
course,
are you
Alex finds
doing
their posts,
in
spots it,
school? Are you
has
in
lots
like
of really cool
university or
comments,
something?
provides a shitty manifesto of a response, and then bans them, because that's the Yandere dev way. The new system is as follows. Panty shots are worth 5 times what they used to. Shots from popular students, which the people I mentioned before, are worth 10. A stolen phone is still worth 20, which is nice. Photos of students' faces are now worth 1, and placing bugs has been changed from 10 to 5. That's a nerf. Wait a second. I somewhat commend Alex for actually listening to people, but he also loses all of those points by only hearing what he wanted to and not actually fixing the issue and implementing real work that changes nothing. The problem with panty shots was firstly that they are extremely grotesque, but also that the gameplay amplifies that and funnels you into doing them, making them the fastest and most accessible way to earn points, also being mandatory for certain elimination methods. Essentially shooting yourself in the foot if you didn't want to use them, because I don't. Plenty bugs already existed in the game, but were so neglected and obtuse you can't reasonably expect people to use them. The only real mention of them is in the tutorial prompt for how to earn
now. I'll weave it in
which they are mentioned. No details of what to look for. There's no like landmarks that show you where you could find one or any hints. You just have to find them based off no information. It tells you you have the bugs and that's about it, even though they're also just scaled down security camera models, which is finished demo.
How many stitches am I supposed to have?
I tried to find all the bug placements in the school using only the tutorial as my guide.
56,
so, no
you
guide. I found 6 out of 10, which
And
sounds
it
good
doesn't
until you learn my
count.
methodology, which was fueled by desperation. I just ran around the school slamming into everything, waiting for the prompt to show up. Which is how people don't play games, because it's not fun. Some of the places can be deduced from general game sense, even with a lack of information. Student council,
56.
meeting rooms, they seem, that's a given. Sensitive information,
Let's
that's
see.
all good. Photography club, they're kind of
1,
sleuthy
2, 3,
a
4,
little bit
5,
of
6,
wild
7, 8,
cards, so knowing what they know
9,
is
10, 11,
valuable to
12,
the weird girl in
13,
some kind of
14,
way.
15,
And then there's
16,
places that you
17,
kind of have to
18,
know about
19, 20,
beforehand, like the
21,
faculty
22,
room and the
23,
headmaster's
24,
office,
25,
which
26,
are off
27,
limits
28,
because
29,
one of them
30,
is just
31,
the
32,
faculty room,
33,
and
34,
the other
35,
one has a dude that wants to
36,
tase you.
37,
So
40.
that's kind of rough. And then there's some,
46,
as in more than one, that are just
47, 48,
relics
49,
of an old
50,
build that
51,
Alex seems
52,
too lazy
53,
to
54,
remove
55,
under the table of the chemistry
56.
club. Why? Railing next to a
Lol.
conversation that's left over from my
Okay.
coconut was the test rival,
Boop.
meaning there's no reason to come here in
Step
normal
stitch
gameplay.
time.
A fucking corner of the wall outside that exists for the exact same reasons, under a sink in the shower room, because if there's a perfect spot to record audio, it's in an echo chamber of water being constantly
Yeah,
blasted.
of
and
course.
finally a spot that didn't even have a
Faster
button prompt for
off.
some reason. Next to the delinquents, because apparently the highlights of Thrasher magazine are of the utmost importance. But as I was editing this video, Alex changed this and removed these events. The bug outside has been moved. All is well. My critiques were unfounded, and Yandere Simulator
Okay.
is a perfect game. Except of course
Plus
it's not,
that's
and
with
him
the yellow.
fixing it made me look a little deeper.
So
I
yes.
will again, for the time
Okay.
being, ignore how
Next
strange
is
it
the
is to
lighter
constantly
yellow, I
patch
believe.
what was supposed to be an official definitive demo, which historically do not get patched often, and will instead point their attention to these dates, which mark the dates Osana was hinted as the first rival, and when bugs were implemented. You would think, or at least hope, based off current events, that the order goes like this. It
Okay,
doesn't.
after this
Osana was
is
teased
the
as the
mint
first
green.
rival, basically at the start of development. By Alex's own admission in this video, Coconut was not intended to be
So
anything
which is the
more
same
than a
thing, I
placeholder,
believe.
meaning
Yeah.
that the amount of time between Alex knowing this had to be removed and when it should have been removed at the latest
Oh wait, no,
is
not the
longer
mint
than when
green,
it
the
was
yellow,
in the game.
the
So this problem
the
was
light yellow.
entirely created
I'm
by
done.
him for no reason.
Gosh, I have a
and
lot of colours.
fixed several years after it should have been, and almost a month after the latest acceptable time. See the future, kids. 2016's development. Today! And now,
Okay.
completing the objectives from that arduous journey gives you as many points as just holding C and
So
using the camera.
now,
Being able to earn points from taking normal photos that don't gross me out is a cherished benefit. But the most efficient point gathering method is still panty shots by a now even wider margin because of how easy
repeat
it is
round
to
4,
do.
yeah.
Stealing
So
phones is great,
going
but
into
it's like bugs in the fact that it's quite obtuse to figure out,
okay,
and it's a
got
massive
it.
waste of time. The complaints regarding panty shots wasn't to have any alternative because that already existed, and it wasn't for how long
Oh
it
god, oh
takes to
god, oh
make
god.
points. The only thing this update changes, the complaint was, it's fucking weird, remove it, you creep. So not only are panty shots an extremely gross mechanic, It's also extremely exploitable and one that offers little to no challenge in completing the demo, and yet in my entire playtime it still remains the largest obstacle by far. Because this game, wasting 10 seconds of my time actually makes me reconsider playing it. As soon as you realize playing the way you want isn't viable, and you just relegate yourself to using the shitty IGN walkthrough that Alex admits is the intended playstyle, the game does not suddenly become a test of my mechanical skill or game knowledge. It makes me question whether or not it's worth wasting my fucking time. Up to this point in the script, I still haven't unlocked the debug menu, which isn't to say it's hard, just boring. I spent several minutes following the guide, but afterwards I suddenly had 4 whole days to do nothing, and the thought of spending the next few minutes as bored as I had spent the last few was enough to make me quit. Perhaps there's some great treasure to be found beyond the final cutscene, but if the game takes a few minutes to complete and can't elicit a single second of entertainment from me, why the fuck am I playing? So yeah, the game's not long. You can quite easily complete the demo on your first day with literally no experience, possibly accidentally. I killed Osana in about 15 minutes on my second try, 5.5 on my third, and under a minute on my fourth. And I'd like to say that I beat the demo on my first try, but I didn't, because the game stopped letting me play it. Unfortunately, the method I used to eliminate Osana within a minute has been patched out, so I can't say I've eliminated Osana in less than a minute on the current patch, which brings my best time to around 5 minutes, which is still mighty pathetic for Osana's official release. But as many of you are aware, I am not the only person that exists. The reason I did the 1 minute strategy was to see if this video was repeatable. This channel, by the way, is heavily watched by YanderoDev, because the moment a new run is made, he pretty immediately patches it out, and all the circumstances that allow it to happen, to which Hatsune responds by doing the exact same strat, but just slightly differently. And I thought about saying as of the time of this recording, but it doesn't matter. He can fix as many bugs as he wants, because these problems will always exist, and even if they don't, you can still eliminate Osana in less than 5 minutes on your first day before class using an official method that isn't bugged. I suppose this leads me to the greatest part of the experience,
I didn't take out
which is
the
the fact that
paper.
despite this being the culmination
Glow
of
sticks.
multiple Osana delays because of
That's
bug
an okay
fixes,
name, I would say.
and the fact that this is supposed to be a triumph, celebrating all the work that's gone into Osana, the official demo is actually worse than the previous builds. The main positive of the demo is the fact that it has Osana, a tenth of the main objective, that was unfortunately completable in under a minute upon release, with almost no hassle, because despite what Alex has constantly spouted about Osana, she hasn't been bug tested to any acceptable degree.
3.
It seems that somehow Osana being added to the game has completely broken almost every aspect of the experience, which is a shock to me, because I definitely didn't see this coming in the slightest.
Sorry, I have to check on my dog. He is sleeping.
More bugs than any previous version of Yandere Simulator. If you've been on any Yandere Simulator related subreddit, whether it be the official state endorsed one or anything else, you can't have missed them being completely flooded with game breaking bugs, including this treasure, because I don't know, fuck it, why should you be able to complete the demo? Some that I've personally experienced have been, with some sense of brevity, the game straight up crashing, which is a given at this point, incorrect animations, incorrect models, animations not being shown, models not being shown, models despawning on the map, characters completely stopping all actions, characters completely stopping all actions because of different reasons, character models slowly rising while speeding up
Give
time,
him some
characters
petals.
getting trapped in
Okay.
walls, off-screen deloading of animations and models occurring noticeably on-screen.
The puppy is
and
sleeping. Let
finally
me
a bug
pick
in
him up.
my first playthrough where the option to tell Osana about the letter in her locker didn't show up at all, completely removing my ability to use that method. Later, while testing 720p for further on in this video, like a point, I loaded into a save file that was previously at
Here
1080p,
he is.
and everything broke at the same time.
Wanna say
The
hi?
bloom was so aggressive it was actually impossible to see through. Rivalry
Look
broke.
up at the camera.
and just ran off into the abyss, never to be
Hello.
seen again. Most of the students
Look.
just completely despawned
Aw.
entirely, and
He's a sleepy boy.
that.
As you can see.
those
Hey,
are
what are
just
you
bugs
doing?
That I had,
What
they're
are you
bugs I
doing,
had
puppy?
footage of. Footage, by the way, that totals to an hour and a
Don't
half.
bite my yarn, please.
Not all of that footage is even
Don't bite my
gameplay.
yarn.
A not insignificant portion of it
Don't
is
lick
just
the book
loading screens or me
either.
walking around the school
Ah,
aimlessly
thank you for
because
the
the game
licks.
bored me so much I would rather be doing anything else.
Okay.
I know it
Maybe
sounds
take a dog
obvious
break.
coming from me. I have a pretty clear
Ooh,
bias
doggy,
against the
doggy,
game
doggy.
and its creator, but genuinely, I wasn't trying to find bugs, I was trying to do that
Nikishi.
later. I was trying to record my attempts to see if eliminating Osana was as
Are you biting my
brain dead
yarn?
and as quick
No.
as I was
Okay.
expecting and to time myself. I wasn't doing weird combinations in the game trying to break it. I was playing the
Isn't he a
game the
cutie?
way Alex
Can't really see him
explicitly
that well,
told me
but
to.
he's a
And they
real
just
cute.
happen all
Don't
the
bite my
time.
cable.
For instance, the model and
Okay.
animation deloading thing
You can go back
was
to sleep
more
now.
common than it
Oh,
not
gosh.
happening. This is also the reason why I'm 100% confident saying Osana
I'm sorry,
was
baby.
not
Go
remotely
back to
bug
sleep.
tested by anyone, because the way I caused this glitch multiple times was when the game finished loading
Okay,
the school
Papo.
and was fading
Papo
out of
has gone
light,
back to sleep.
I did nothing. I found it was more common if I wiggled the mouse as
He's
if
a
I
real
was, I
cutie
don't know,
pie.
preparing to play the game or something. But it still
I
happened
love my
a surprising
Doge.
amount without me touching anything. Even with animation and draw distance completely
Yes?
disabled and on different graphic settings, which, by the way,
He's
is
not
what I was
asleep.
using to
What do you want,
benchmark the
baby?
game. Another fun experience. I've had a long-standing
Oh,
issue
and he
with
went back to
Yandere
sleep.
Cinema somewhat because it runs horribly
Immediately
all the time,
after I
but
asked her,
also
"What do
because
you want?" He went
there's
back to
no
sleep. It's like, "I want to
realistic way
sleep,
to
mother."
fix
And I'm
that.
like, "Okay."
When
You
Yandere
can go
Simulator
sleep.
starts, it gives you
I don't
the
mind.
option to change resolution, which
Sleep is
isn't really
important.
an option if you're trying to sell the game to people that aren't his fans, meaning they actually own expensive computers and aren't children. People aren't really going to review this game well
Mega
if
sweat.
they paid $2,000 for a computer, a fucking beast of a machine,
Mega
and they get
sweat.
told to turn the game down to 720p so they can turn on shadows.
This is actually turning out quite well, I think.
People
Size-wise,
aren't
it's also
happy
pretty
with that.
okay.
The third option
Although
is
actually, no,
graphics
I think
whose
size-wise it's
implementation
already.
is extremely misleading, pointless, and low, patently Alex levels of lazy. This feature
I
feels like
have a
something from an early
feeling
concept stage where
that
it's actually where it's from, and probably
Hmm.
should have stayed. I've had issue with this ever since I saw it, but now that it's officially a demo, I can now critique it as one would expect to critique any other demo, which is what's going to happen. If I was a new player and I didn't understand how games use my computer's hardware by what each setting does in specific detail, which is almost every human alive, and I wasn't confident that I could play it at the highest settings, I don't have that high-end hardware, or I just noticed low FPS in previous sessions, which, you know, is most of us,
okay.
I would want to use this feature and expect it to function like graphic settings in every other game.
Hold on a second, guys.
It doesn't
Give me a bit.
function like every other graphic settings. If I was expecting that, I would be sorely disappointed, because despite it saying graphics quality, what it should say is texture quality, since graphics and texture quality are different things and interpreted differently by the end user. So before I go any further, it is my legal obligation to tell you what comes next is hella technical and mad fucking boring. Now, lowering texture resolution is not an uncommon thing by any means. It's just usually not the most prominent thing when adjusting graphics, because it's a very yes or no kind of situation. If your graphics card has more total VRAM than what the game's textures use, you're basically fine, since the usage is quite flat, and if you exceed that usage, it's bad. Consumer graphics cards come in a variety of VRAM sizes, multiples of 2 mostly. All modern ones are 4, 6 or 8 gigs, sometimes more, with some lightweight laptop processors having 2 or less. The reason many of you may not know what the fuck I'm talking about is because nobody gives a shit. Texture quality has not been a very important setting for a very long time, and honestly the size of VRAM on cards today is a bit excessive. They only really get that heavily used at 4K, so I have no idea why it's the first graphic settings you see. For some reason that still hasn't been fixed, despite being in the game for years, is lowering the texture quality lowers the resolution of the button prompts. What buttons are these? And when testing using a somewhat repeatable benchmark, I found that my FPS had dropped by about 1 in every single category on the lowest setting. So removing the margin of error, there's no difference between these two runs, and the texture quality changes that and nothing else. Which, by the way, is also entirely pointless, because at max the game uses 3.8 gigs, and dropping everything to the lowest uses 3.3, which is a nominal difference at best, and both settings are still below 4 gigs of VRAM, but higher than 2. making a game that's fun for the players, because he has fun playing the game. And
Hi, thank you for waiting.
And if that niche idea
I had to
isn't rewarding for you,
I had to
tough
deal
luck.
with something.
Maybe try giving him some more money so
I had to help with laundry and stuff like that. Thank you for the welcome. Ugh. Sorry, I hope I wasn't gone for too long. And I hope that the dog barking was not too loud. He hurt somebody. That's why he bark. He bark so loudly. He's a real cutie. Anyway, sorry.
Desperately trying to reach the end goal without building the foundation, making the whole experience unpleasant and strange.
I had to help with some laundry because my grandma fell. So yeah. But she's alright though.
The game is horribly unfun for me, and it's being developed with such little direct intention. I don't know what part of the game is supposed to be fun. I don't think Alex knows that. He has fun, and that's all that matters to him. So yeah, like a 2 out of 10 so far. That's my coverage of the game itself. And seeing as there is a possible Hayden Shame 2 around the corner, I might have to dust off the gloves once again, seeing as this video was surprisingly long, while basically only being about the game itself.
She's a hardy woman.
So, back to the actual video where
I would say she's a very hardy woman. So she's good. All is good. Oh no, although now the dogs are awake, so you might get some dog noises every now and then, especially if they start playing. Because my dog is very vocal. Indy is a very vocal dog. He likes to make those kind of noises. Because what kind of dog doesn't want to make noises? Yes.
Join with the membership thing below, but I wouldn't.
He just appeared to for pets or something. I don't know. For attention or something, I can't tell sometimes. He's a very energetic dog because he is a mini Australian Shepherd. So, you know, those are Shepherd dogs. He's meant to, be running around. Right? He's meant to run around and hurt sheep. Make sure they don't run away, kind of thing,
The script. I've completed the script, I should say.
Yeah, it do make sense.
This is all one sitting. I've been recording for 1 hour and 40 minutes of what appears to be constant talking. So I think I'm done. I'm gonna go cry now. Or maybe I'll just be asleep. If I can cry while being asleep, I'm gonna go do that. Alright. See ya.
What do you want, sweetheart? Oh, I think he wants me to. I think his ball is underneath the cupboard. Let me get it for him. Oh, your ball. His ball is right in front of him. You want me to throw it for you? No, it's just the other dog that's chasing the ball. He's not moving at all. Let's just listen to some lo-fi. No, I want the Christmas. I want the Christmas one that I was listening to. That one was pretty nice. Oh, where was it? History. There we go. There we go. No, my dogs are pretty cute, I'd have to say. I mean, the Aussie, so Indy, sometimes he'll just tell you that he wants to play by bringing the toy to you, which is quite cute, I would say. He'll just suddenly show up. But then there was one time where my other dog, his name is Odie. I was lying on the floor because I just like to do that. I like to lie on the floor, and so I'm like, I have my eyes closed, and suddenly I'm bonked in the face with a ball. He appeared and just dropped the ball on my face. So that was something, I guess. Yeah, it was weird. Okay, so now is the mint green. There they go. I guess that can be the background noise today. God, menace that one is. He's such a menace. He excels in making my life, well, difficult. Very good at being naughty. Likes to bite things, likes to break things, likes to bite cloth. So in like, let's say for example, like you come back home and he likes to greet you, right? Which is very cute. He, you know, he's on his back legs, he's trying to paw at you. It's cute until he starts to bite your shirt. And then that leaves holes because he has sharp teeth. So yeah, I have like some bite holes in my shirts now. Most of them my home shirts because I don't really leave the house currently because I have to take care of the dogs. So I have to take care of that menace that you can hear in the background now. He's so damn loud. Why are you so loud, sir? Huh? Indy? Why are you so loud? Weirdo dog. Okay, I think. He's a weird one. Although I think most people could tell already. Because some say that pets are like the owner. And I would say that I'm kinda weird. Indeed. So, fair and square, I guess. Is there anything you would like to watch, pirate, or listen to in the background? Or whoever in chat who would like to recommend. Not really? That's okay. Let's just enjoy the music then. That's why it always baffles me, is because like how do people do those like watch parties on like Twitch, that kind of thing, and like not get copyright, you know? Like you're just streaming an entire episode of a show, how do you not get striked? I have no clue how that would be allowed. I just listen to whatever YouTube recommends me. Damn, I can't do that. Like, I mean, yes, I do sometimes check out YouTube recommendations, but a lot of the time, I'm watching a lot of different YouTubers. I spend most of my day watching YouTube, I would say. I watch a lot of YouTube because, as you can see, I like to, you know, listen to things in the background kind of thing. So it's like, yeah, some people have complained about that, about how some people can just copy, like just watch like stream episodes and then not get copyright strike. They're complaining in what sense? Like it's because they're big kind of sense, or like what's happening? I mean, it's similar to like the sniper wolf thing, I guess, because obviously like I don't want to be like, I don't think I'm doing those kind of reaction videos. Like, I mean, I'm obviously not doing like reaction videos. It's more of just something in the background for me, as well as chat to see, and like we can watch together and or comment on it. But like I don't know whether it would still count as like fair use. Not really fair use, but as its own content in a sense, because I guess maybe some people could argue that, oh, you just have it there for people to watch, but technically I am doing something else. So it's like, what is the threshold? Most of the music I listen to is very loud and high energy. Ooh, I see. I see. Like, so I would assume if you listen to like J-pop would be like Yoasobi. I think Yoasobi is just popular in general right now. Especially after Yoru ni Kakeru. Oh, Racing into the Night, if you know the English version. This is coming out very well. I really like the colors. After the Rain, I don't think I've heard. Is that a song or an artist? I think most likely an artist based on how you phrase that question. Oh, it's a duo, I see. I think maybe the next time I do this, I might just go back to the other format that I was using, the one I was showing today, but I don't want to go back to that format right now, because that means I would have to shift chat around, and that means having to go back into stream elements and dealing with that. Actually, maybe I should, just in case. Yeah, because like chat would be in the wrong place, so it's okay. I think we can just, yeah, I think we can just deal with music. You can see the nice music over there. All the little snowflakes coming down. And God, I wish I had snow here. Snow would be honestly so nice and refreshing. But then again, a lot of people say that once you experience snow, you kind of realize that shit, because like, oh, the road's iced, you can't drive around anywhere, or snow days. But damn, I would love to see some snow, to live in a country with snow, just so that the year doesn't feel so stagnant. Like, I mean, it is nice to have, I guess if you're the kind of person who thrives on routine, it's good to have like the sunset every day, because for us here, it's like, yep, okay, sun's down, up, yep, it's 7:30 or later, but, I mean, I think it would be nice to just have some variety in the weather, you know? Instead of just hot. But I was talking, so my chiropractor, he's Korean, but he grew up in Korea, and then he also moved to Australia, so my mom and I, we like to talk to him about, you know, his travels, because he does go back both to Korea and to Australia. And we said that because, you know, Korea is known to be quite cold, right? And he just came back from Korea, and he said, yes, it's about 19, 20 degrees, like right now, on a daily basis, at least when he came back. And we were like, whoa, that's so nice. He said, then the summers are a bit chilly. He was like, oh, summers it's better to just stay in Singapore, because it gets hot, and it's super, super hot. But yeah, so I agree, honestly, I just want my country to be a bit colder. Right, yeah, I'm not too familiar with the weather down in the Philippines, but I'm assuming that like not too far off from Singapore. Is it like very humid there as well, Pirate? Because for Singapore, the humidity is a good and a bad thing, right? Because from how my mom always likes to describe it, is that yes, if Singapore, like the humidity makes it feel so much hotter. It's a lot hotter. It is, maybe it adds like 7 degrees to what it feels, because I always see the weather forecast. They're like, oh, it's 32, and because of the humidity, it feels like 38 or 39. And I'm like, ugh, okay, fine. But my mom was saying that if you don't have humidity, your skin's gonna be very dry, so your face is like, you don't get that dewy look, which I guess is nice, because she says like, oh, if you have dry weather, if you have constantly dry weather, then like your skin wrinkles faster. Apparently, I'm not too sure about that. But I remember when I went to Australia, because it's dry over there, it's hot, yes, but you don't sweat. So that was like a very interesting feeling. Like, it's warm, but you also don't have sweat that like dripping down your face, so that's interesting. Sunny and, yeah, it's very similar to yours. Sunny and rainy season only. Yeah, I had a feeling, because we're not that far apart compared to other places, I would say. Damn. I've actually never been to the Philippines. I'm thinking, I don't know whether what I would even do while I'm there. I guess just walk around. Try the food. I'm a foodie. I think the only food I will not try is balut. That scares the crap out of me. I was talking to Loon about it because he's Filipino, right? And he's like, yeah, I've tried balut, and I just looked at him as if he grew like a second head. I'm like, huh? Like, I know it's very normalized there, but I don't know, to me it's like, oh my gosh. But to be fair, although I am also like, I'm Chinese, right? Like you know, Chinese people sometimes they eat chicken feet. I don't eat that. Like, I'm not the biggest chicken feet fan. I don't really like eating meat. You haven't tried balut yet, even though I'm Filipino. I think some of the I guess people over there would be like, how dare you? Not a real Filipino. I don't know, I feel like balut is such a iconic thing, because it is kind of interesting. Wait, hold on a second. So I did that. 68 stitches. Let's double check, shall we? Counting with rail. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62. I think I have... Oh, 63, 64. Was I 64? I lost count. 60, was that like 62? I genuinely, oh god, I have to count again. My dad came in and asked me a question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh my god, I hate life. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Ooh, thunder. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75. 75. I'm supposed to have 80? Hold on a second. Did I have the correct amount of stitches here? I'm pretty sure I didn't skip any. Alright, it's 2 each. Let me see these. Yeah, that's correct. 75 final count, yeah, but it seems wrong. But at the same time, like, it doesn't look like I'm missing any stitches. Maybe I missed a stitch on this one, but I highly doubt it. This is odd. This is very odd. See, because this one has 3, yeah? This one has 3 here. I'm turning into like a western, I sound something more western. 3 over here, 3 over here. 75. That's good. It's okay. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Aggravation, you know? Aggravation is important. Yes, Odie? Odie's whining for attention. I love you, you little weirdo. Are you scared of the rain? Odie, I don't think you are. Huh? I had a dog who was scared of the rain because she didn't like the sound of the thunder. She was a good dog. Okay, hold on, let me see this. So I'm supposed to skip over. Well, I guess I'll have 76 of these. Hope you didn't just jinx it, Prage. Yeah, I hope so too. I mean, it's okay. Like, sometimes I think part of it is also just learning. But at the same time, because you know what? It doesn't look wrong. Like, obviously I haven't missed a stitch along here. Neither have I along here. So I think maybe somewhere. Either A, I count wrong. I counted wrongly, or B, I didn't do it right. But I think maybe it's also I counted wrongly. Sometimes I also do kind of lose count every now and then. Hope for the best, I guess. Lol. Yeah, that's what we'll do. That's what we'll do. Okay. So we go in here and slip stitch in. You know what? I'm just gonna that gap is disturbing me. I'm gonna fill in this gap over here. How am I 5 off? Wait, hold on, no. Yeah, it's probably I counted it wrongly, right? Because it doesn't look right. I mean, it doesn't look wrong. Yeah, I'm gonna do it as I counted it wrongly. It's okay, it's okay. And then go in here. I said that's why people make that meme. It's like crochet makes you realize you can't count. And you're like, oh shit, I can't fucking count. I just cannot count. Why does this look empty? God, okay. Filling that gap in too. And if I didn't count wrongly, then, well, I'm filling in gaps. It's okay, we YOLO the crochet. Ying. I mean, technically there is a way that I can use to help me count. I could just see that looks so much better. It's not empty. I guess, you know what? No, now I'm determined. Now I'm determined to find out whether I counted wrongly. Okay, so obviously this one doesn't count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. Okay, so I'm gonna put 10 and I'm gonna count and see whether I actually get 80 now. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm invested now. I'm invested in finding where I went wrong. Not really where I went wrong, but whether I did it wrongly. Doggies, I can hear you. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think I counted it wrongly, probably. Looking at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Welcome to Can I Count? Maybe not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I wonder where my other stitch markers are. So I have these small, these are stitch markers, right? But I had like a bunch of big ones. I don't know where they went. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm invested in finding my missing stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm missing 2 technically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm missing 2. What the fuck? What the fuck? No. Yeah, it's fine. Wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But unless it's this one. Unless it's the row under. Did I forget to do like a double crochet or something? A single crochet? But there's 3 here. And then I did the... This is the 4 that goes in. Sweating. What's less 2 stitches gonna do? True, but like now I'm trying to find where I went wrong. Ah, it's okay. I will find out another day maybe. Because I am considering like making a sweater for when I go to New Zealand. Because next year I'm gonna go to New Zealand in June. Fuck it, we ball. Yeah, fuck it, we ball. And I'm gonna go to New Zealand in June, and I'm gonna visit my sister. And in New Zealand, in June, that's winter. So it's gonna be a little colder there. And well, I was thinking of making a sweater out of wool, probably not out of acrylic. Acrylic doesn't make sense. It's not that warm. I mean, it's not that heat. Not good at retaining heat, I would say. So we'll see how. I was thinking of making like a sweater out of these granny squares, which is a good idea, I would say. It's a good way instead of just, you know, like doing it around me over and over and over and over and over again. I would say. So yes. 10 out of 10, I would say a good idea. Okay. Great. Fantastic. I think I know why. I think it's because I probably skipped. Yeah, see? I accidentally missed out a stitch here. That's why there's a little bit of a hole here. It's not supposed to have a hole there. I think that's why I'm missing, because I didn't know. Yeah, see? It's here and here. That would explain why I'm missing 2 stitches. Yeah. I see. I've learned from my mistakes. I don't really want to go back. If it was just like here, I still wouldn't mind, but I've done this row, but now we know. Now we know. It's okay. It's either that, it's either I will keep the mistake, or I will make a new one. Now that I know where it is. this. I think I'll probably keep it. What I'll do is that I'll sew it together so that the hole isn't too obvious maybe. Yeah, I think I can do that. It's okay, we make mistakes, we learn from the mistakes. It's all a part of life. Yes, Indy? What do you want, baby? Hope your trip goes well. Thank you, Pirate. I'm looking forward to it. It's all the way in June though. It's quite far from now. I have to say, I used to always look forward to the monsoon season, but now that I have a dog that needs to be walked every day and my dad is a bit of a neat freak, it's getting a little hard to walk him every day, or at least what I do now is I walk him once, like I have 2 dogs, so I have 2 puppies, so I swap them out because I can't handle walking the 2 of them by myself. They're very strong. So what I do now is that okay, wait, hold on. I want to try and fix this so that it doesn't bother me. Take some yarn, sew it in. That's the thing with knitting. That's why knitting is, I would say, easier than crocheting in this sense when you want to fix your mistakes like this. Because for knitting, I think sometimes you can just kind of like, hook the middle. But, you know, don't take my word for it. I might be wrong. Hold on a second. My puppy is doing something weird. Indy? He's trying to go into the corner of my room. Papo. I don't know what you're doing. Look at your knot. I think this is just too thin. The eye is too thin. I don't understand how people get their yarn through the eye so easily. It takes me like forever, as you can see. There you go. Let's try and fix this, shall we? Indeed, did you just make something drop? Indeed, There, your ball's there. You can go get it now. Go, get your ball. He's messing around because he wants a ball. Which I get it. To dogs, their ball is very important. Ooh, thunder. Okay, let's see how I can fix this, shall we? Oopsie, sorry about that. is a very scuffed way of fixing that, and I know, but right now I don't really have a better option. Now to weave in this. Indy, I'm very sorry for your ears, everyone. Indy, you can't just bark whenever you want, okay? Mummy's talking to people. You can't just do that, darling. I cut off too much yarn. It's okay. Okay, I have to pick up my needles too. Okay. There you go. Looks a little better, I guess. This Christmas carol sounds a little different because it's been detuned. That's an interesting feature, I would say. Damn. It's like detuned ever the most slightly, I think. Damn. Okay. Alright, I didn't keep these stitch markers. Okay. Honestly, I will probably finish this one and ask my mom whether she's okay with the size. If she's not, I might just keep this for myself. Or, in a sense, frog it. Might frog it. And then keep the yarn for like stuffing. Yeah, correct. 1, 2, 3. Because the size of this already, and it's not even blocked, is already like 12 cm. I think it's maybe because the yarn I'm using is is around the same thickness as what they're using. I thought I got a thinner yarn, but I don't think I did. I think I got pretty much the same thickness, which is why it's all about coming out to the sides. But I am using a hook that is one size down. Oh, not even one size. I'm using one that is quite a few sizes actually. Because it's the one that I use is a G, so it's a 4mm, but I'm using a D, so yeah. Stream might end a little earlier today because I have to go and cook dinner. I have company coming over. Yeah, I think I'll probably keep this one. I'll use it as my own coaster or something. Actually, I have a bunch of coasters. I can find something to do with it. I don't think I'll this is the test, I guess. To be fair, a lot of people normally do a test one, but I guess this can be my test one for this one, because I think it's definitely coming out a bit too big from what my mom wants. So I guess this can be my first little granny square that I make for myself. I think that'll be nice. Tears, I'll give it to someone special. This Christmas, give me love. Next day, you gave it away. Save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special. Luck for now. I'm thinking of taking a quick nap with stream on. Thank you for looking. Yeah, no worries. If you're tired, I understand school is super tiring, so go ahead to take a nap. You don't necessarily have to look. I do appreciate it, but don't feel obligated to. Okay, pirate? Once again, I forgot to do the thing under. from tears, I'll give it to someone special. Chain 2 and then 2 more double crochets. Hi Dark Twitch. Hi, welcome back to the stream. You're doing good work, just so you know. Oh, thank you. You literally weren't here like 10 minutes ago, but I actually like made a mistake and I had to do a very bad patchwork. So which is why I'm thinking of not having this be one of the pieces for my mom's commission, and I'll just you know, keep it for my own thing probably. Yeah, I'd have to see. But thank you for the encouraging words. Helping you study? Aw, thank you. Just the chill vibes, I guess. I don't know, something about crocheting, I think, because I have to actually like shut my mouth or not, I won't focus. Makes me, you know, focus. Esperando felicidade. Because you know what, honestly, the thing is that it's also coming out a little too big for what the size that my mom wants. So I think I'll just to show her like the full size, I'll do like a piece until completion, so that I can show her what a full size is. I think this is gonna come out to be like 16 by 16, around there, maybe 16.5. So it might be too big for what my mom wants actually. What exactly are you studying right now? Doc Twitch? Doc Twitch, oh my god, yeah. That makes more sense. Anatomy? Ooh, are you like studying to be a doctor or something? That would explain why. That would explain the username. Yeah, doctor. Oh. But the thing is that when you study to be a doctor, like, is it just like doctor in general? That technically you have. Oh, you are one. Oh, damn. Dang. Doesn't like becoming a doctor take like what? How many years of studying? I don't know where you're from, but like what, in the US it takes like 12. I think in Singapore, I'm honestly not too sure how long it takes to get a degree. I have a few friends who are nurses. That obviously that doesn't, I think, take as much studying, because at least in Singapore we have like polytechnics and like institute of learning kind of things, where it's like more hands-on, which is definitely what I would say nursing is. General is only 5.5 here. Oh, in India, yeah. I thought India has like the doctor degrees, like they don't take as long apparently. But I'm assuming it's also because, you know, it's kind of crammed into a shorter period of time, sadly. Hopefully your brain is okay. Specialization is 3. Oh, what specialization are you trying to go for? Super specialization is further to super specialization. Damn. I don't know, I just super specialization. oh, not 2, 3. Wow, so whoa. Whoa. That's like 11 and a half years. Orthodontist, that's the braces, right? Teeth. Orthopedics? Oh god, what is that? Jesus. I know my general knowledge. Is that still bone? Yeah, it's still bones, right? Yeah. Obviously, I don't know much about doctor things. I mean, I did study biology in secondary school. Ligaments, I see. I mean, I did study biology in secondary school, but obviously didn't take didn't end up taking pure science or a science related diploma. I took music instead, which was quite fun, I would say. The doctor. I haven't had to see an orthopedic doctor. I've had to see a cardiologist a few times because I actually have like fainting spells, which the cardiologist couldn't explain. He likened me to a fainting goat, if anything. So I was like, oh, I guess I'm just a goat. Cardiologist is a super specialty. I see. Damn. Yeah, I would assume so. You know, cardiology is very important. Your veins are a little, you know, important because they do carry your blood around. So who knows? You're okay now? I do sometimes get them sometimes because the explanation, like, basically, I would get them as I'm stretching. So you know, like when you sit down for a long time and you stand up, you're like, you stretch, and then that's when I would start to pass out. So, it doesn't happen as often, but it does happen every now and then nowadays. Yeah, I had a heart monitor attached to me for a day. And I'm still awaiting seeing the cardiologist to look back at those results. I had the thing in July. No, I had it on in March, but I had to postpone my doctor's appointment, so I'll only see them, I think, soon actually. I have to go and double check. In December or in November or something. Yeah, but I think I'm better now. I think. I'm honestly not too sure. Health. It's very important. Very important. I mean, especially for... I don't think I have anything like in terms of bones, aside from scoliosis. I do have mild scoliosis, but nothing can really be done about that. America has weird healthcare, I think. I don't live in America, I live in Singapore. But America definitely does have weird healthcare. Just listening to different people describe their experience at like the hospital or something, like, damn, like, shit's whack. Shit is whack over there. It should be priced by simply supply and demand. Yeah, exactly, not by, I don't know, profits. Like, can you imagine being like type 1 diabetic and you need insulin and it's $250? Jesus Christ. I think it's like around that price. It's ridiculous. Like, how are people supposed to survive? Like, they need it to live and you care more about profit, which is really dumb. The insurances, I don't know, spike everything maybe. I don't know. I think it's just like, from what I remember learning in social studies when I studied it a few years ago, was like they decided that, you know, the government doesn't cover the healthcare, so they have to buy insurance so that the insurance covers their healthcare, that kind of thing, instead of just like to help along with it. Anyway, here's progress. Oh my god, it's as big as my head. Oh my god, maybe I really could make a bag with this, like with these granny squares. I was actually thinking of making like a bag, but holy shit, my tension is apparently less than I thought it would be. Damn. But the thing is that too big for what my mom wants. Hey, hold on a second. Your name is supposed to be at the heart. Wait, hold on. What is this? What is this? I just realized you're here, but your name is supposed to be where the heart is. Is my stream elements not working? Well, sir, stream elements. Excuse me, sir. Ow. Shit. I just realized that my tooth, that's not good. That is definitely not good. I'm gonna reload this. That isn't good. Oh god. So, for backstory, your name is supposed to show up in this heart. but I don't know why it's not appearing. I'm really sorry. But yeah, no, I'm saying uh-oh as well because basically I got a root canal done, and you know when you do a root canal for your tooth, they also put the crown on, right? And technically the root canal don't. If correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't it take out the nerves? And they take out the root of the tooth, so technically it shouldn't feel pain, right? But they did leave a stub behind, and I don't know why it's hurting. Yeah, isn't that for new subs and new followers? Yes, but you were my most recent follower, I think, Dot. Which, because, I don't know, it says in my stream elements that it should be there, but it is not for some reason. Yeah, I'm very sorry about that. And then maybe I should go and see my dentist. Oh wait, hold on, I'm missing a stitch. No, do not come back out. Come back out, there you go. Yeah, see that's the slip knot. I don't know what's happening, man. But I can't really stitch into that now. I'll be studying now. Lurking. Okay, thank you so much for lurking, Dot Twitch 0. God, what is happening right now? What the fuck is this? Aha! I found where you can go in. Fantastic. about that. Sorry about that. Puppies are sleepy today. There you go, one square done. This turned out to be a lot bigger than I thought it would be, oh my gosh. This turned out to be super long. This turned out to be quite big, honestly. Damn, didn't realize this would be such a big granny square. Yeah, about 16 cm long. Okay, so now we know if I were to do the actual thing with the tension that I have now, it's about 16 cm. Even though I'm using a smaller needle, then yeah, find that kind of surprising. Okay, so I'll take this and I'll show it to my mom later. So let's try and see what else. Let's see what else we can do, shall we? Ooh, this is definitely an interesting one. This is quite nice, I'd say. Okay. I think that maybe that will be all for crochet today. Might. I mean, what can we do for the next maybe hour or so before we run out of time? Could game. I suppose we could game. Yes, there is a thing we could do. Or should I just keep it chill today and just end? Let me shut out my yarns a little bit first. Let's make like a purple as well. Let me zoom out a little bit so you guys can see the full table. Yeah, there you go. So got the blue here, got the light blue, purple. A few square bits of this purple, I believe. Got this big bundle of white. Yeah, got that. Red and the light yellow. It's quite a bit of yarn, I would say. I think maybe today I will end it off soon-ish. All the labels that I have to keep for the lot numbers so that I can keep track of them. It's a lot of labels. It's a lot of labels. But it's okay, I'll keep them because I need them. So what have we completed over today and yesterday? We did this as well. And today with some interruptions, we did a full size granny square. Obviously it's too big for what my mom wants, so I have to see how. And right now it's even big before I've blocked it, so I have to go and see how I can block this. But yes, this is today's haul. add my Etsy shop and my shop Instagram to the my Twitch bio. So I think originally I didn't want to. I wanted to kind of keep my shop and my Twitch separate, but I think I've come to the position that I think I'll just combine the both. So technically you guys will have two names to call me by. Yeah, you can call me Rail or even Ray, or now technically you have K as well. That is a nickname I use as well. So thank you everybody for watching, for coming by, for chatting. So let me again put out what has been done over yesterday and today to these. So this isn't complete. I have to go and double check my mom again whether she is okay with technically an incomplete size, but with the correct incomplete pattern, but the correct size that she wants, actually slightly bigger. It's about 10 and 11 and a half cm, and this is technically, I have to go and buy the new correct color next. She said that she liked this one because it's starting to curl in, so she was saying, what if you don't make it a square, you kind of make it like a cozy? And I looked at her weird because I have to start again technically. So this is about 8 cm, and the one that we completed today, which is technically the full pattern, a few mistakes, because what's life but few mistakes. Before blocking is about 16 cm, 16 by 16 I assume. Hold on a second. Nope, 16 by 15. Interesting. It's okay. It's a granny rectangle. But here's the front. I forgot to put this in, so I'll have to deal with that later. Here's the back. The back looks like the front. But thank you to whoever who came along. I'm very glad to have the company, and I will see you probably soon-ish. I'll go and look at my schedule and see how I can either fix in some good old gaming or some crocheting. Thank you.